Welcome back, Nuggets. This mother clucker's got some thoughts. Let's ruffle some feathers and get into this live stream. Hello, everybody. Hi. I loaded my chat a little bit late, so let me just jump back into, what am I trying to do? It's just so I can see everybody. I want to be able to say hello. One moment. We'll check on that poll as well. Hello. Hey, Lola. Hi, Watermelon. Hi, Boob Cat. Hi, Cat Sharky. Hello. Hey, Morphe. Hi, Tiger. Hey, Joy. Hello. Hi, Lucy. Hi, Ian. Hello, everybody. I think I caught everyone. Hi. Thank you so much for joining me today. So let's check on this poll. What have we got? I'm going to leave it open just while we do the introduction a little bit. Sorry, I just need to move my microphone a bit. There we go. We have Amber in the lead with LCU. My goodness. Johnny was winning for a little bit there, but now he's in second place. Then Hector Carter, then Dietz. Okay, I caught up with everybody, I think. Hello, Amazing Maisie. Hi. I did have a good day, Morphe. How's your day? Or I'm having a good day. Hi, Vintage Camera Girl. You can tell you've all been extremely excited waiting. I know, I'm so grateful. I took a little break. I think I only missed one live stream, actually, but boy, did it feel, I felt it. I don't know about you, but I felt it in my schedule. I missed it. Hey, little croissant. Dates. Yeah, nobody cares about dates. It's awkward. I just think it's interesting to catch up with people, but hello, Amanda. Thank you. You have a cat that won't leave your lap. Well, I'm sorry, Ian. This is just your life now and you have to suck it up. Yeah, she is. The perspective that I wanted to look at Dietz that I thought might be interesting is, actually, let's do this because this is fun. I like to look at the numbers with you. Dietz is still losing substantial numbers. Like, this is still quite rapid considering the size of the channel. And I was curious, I don't understand why this is still happening, and I was wondering if there was something so we could explore that, but I'm down with what you, all of you want to do. You've had a slow day, took forever to reach this time. I apologize. Oh, Watermelon, you're dreaming of Babylon. Oh, thank you so much. It's always so hard to keep track of everybody when, like, there's different names on different platforms, and thank you for announcing yourself. And thank you for plugging my Patreon. Or memberships, really, they're kind of the same. You hope to become Snack Crew soon? Oh, thank you. You want Old Girl World. I have to admit that I think, this is my prediction, my chicken prediction, that I actually think Girl World is on its last legs at this point. Like, I feel like it was kind of all going down, you know, with YouTube doing what YouTube's doing. But Amber having made this particular move, I think has really sealed the deal. And I don't know about all of you, but I'm ready to just pivot. It's devolving into something that I really don't like. Boop Cat, you're surprised it hasn't plateaued. Me too. Me too. It's, yeah, it's still quite active, because then if you look at, like, Rachel, she's still going down, but, like, it's slowed. And I think Jawbone too. Yeah, it's slowing for Jawbone. And Hector Kana has actually done a little pivot to just doing like body cam footage and stuff, and he had a little win here, but then you can I would expect to see this because he's building a new community here, and then he's losing his old community, so that kind of makes sense with the pivot. Girl World is on life support. It really is. People are looking for new girls at this point. Yeah, and I think though what will happen is that we're not really going to just replace Amber and Chantal and all of that. I think it's going to turn into something new. Hi Bing, hello. You tried to stick around and give Deets a chance, but okay, interesting. Inside her videos, since the Discord stuff, she just comes off really smug and you couldn't do it anymore. I wonder if she's overcompensating, maybe. It's so wet outside, it smells like wet dog. Given all of the chicken baths that I've been doing lately, my house smells like wet chicken. Which is not a bad smell, it's kind of sweet. So yeah, anyway. How are we going with the... I've lost my mouse. Checking on the poll. Okay, I think I did not predict this because I really thought that everybody would be, you know, kind of over it, but it looks like we've got 43% for an apathetic facts edit, then 25% for a Johnnie Guilbert introduction, and 23% for Hector Kana. So I'm going to go ahead and end that. Looks like we are doing bus, everybody. You can blame the people that voted. I'm just saying so. Hi, King. Hello. Those notifications are so hit and miss. I have so many of you all the time telling me that you didn't get notified. Like, I don't know what YouTube's doing. Okay, so what I wanted to do, I can never look away from the train wreck, and enjoy it, because today is going to be the last day that I talk about anything related to the LCU, unless some very big thing happens. I am just so incredibly over all of these people, and it's why I kind of decided to do options today, because a lot of you are echoing the same thing, and I just thought, you know, let's just put it out there, see what people want to do. But it's just, they're just, I just don't, it's going to be me going, this is so scripted. These people are so horrible. You're sick of it, but you want to hear my take on it. That's very sweet. Hey, Bobé, hello. The stream popped up in your feed and you were like, yes. I'm so glad. I'm always so grateful that people want to come and listen to me, you know, talk rubbish on live stream. But it's fun. We do a fun hangout. So what I was thinking, I really tried to do my own edit, like really tried. And I found myself just sitting there staring at my screen, you know, because it's hours of footage, right? Like 2 hours every single day. And it's a lot to take in. So Apathetic Facts is really doing some very important work here. And look, this is a really big channel, but if you're not subscribed to Apathetic Facts, definitely jump on board. This is a great channel. And hopefully they don't mind me using their videos. Amber didn't think it through, not surprising. Yeah. The LCU is pretty horrifying. It is. YouTube is so flaky, and genuinely the hosts in the LCU make you feel like a tween again. In a bad way, obviously, yeah. So what we'll do is we'll do a little bit of this, and then we'll move over to Johnny, because he's a new person that I want to add to the rotation. And that my The temperature in this room seems to be rising rapidly. I just need to fix this. One moment. Okay, hopefully my microphone doesn't pick that up. Hey, Tasha, you found me yesterday. Welcome, a new nugget. Hello, I'm so glad you found me. LCU's amber glazing gives you blood pressure headaches. Yeah, and I don't know what it is. Watching them really affects my mental health if I do it for too long. I don't know if anybody else experiences that. It's a very strange thing that I've observed. Okay, so for people who voted for LCU, because there's clearly a fair whack of you, is there a particular video that you would like me to go over? Because otherwise I might look at one that I haven't seen yet. There is a heat wave in pretty much all of Australia right now. And has it made international news? Because I feel like some non-Australian nuggets seem to know about it. Hello, Aria. It actually gives you for real, high blood pressure. Interesting. It really gives me like peak, the golden years in the 90s of talk shows, and like Jerry Springer and Ricky Lake and Maury and like all of those. And that's the vibe that it gives, but not the good aspects of those shows. Okay, so they've already done the weigh-in by the looks. I did watch this one here, or some of it anyway. The LCU's tone towards Emberlyn is starting to change, and that is Apathetic Facts noticing what I'm theorizing, that they're going to gradually flip the script on her and not do it in such a sudden way that causes her to leave, but does it in a way that milks as much entertainment as possible. Oh, okay, so it's not on the news, it's just Pulpy's complaining. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Like, pretty much all of Australia has been having like 40 degrees Celsius weather. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. If somebody wants to convert it, feel free. But there was actually a town that got up to 47 yesterday. Where I am is not quite that bad, but it's still bad. High blood pressure and secondhand embarrassment. Australia never makes the news in North America unless it's a shark attack. Do we have many shark attacks? I don't feel like we have that many. Did you get the, I don't know if I can say it, that we had a little pew-pew incident in Sydney a few weeks ago? Did that make the news? Like, it was our worst one since the 90s. We don't have a lot. Milking is exactly what the LCU is about. Yeah. It is bloody hot. It is. And what's worse is I'm sitting here drinking my voice tea, so it's a hot beverage so that I can actually speak through the hay fever. And so it means I'm sitting here also drinking a hot beverage. It's awful. Trigger warning, the most recent episode has ALR screaming with Roxy. Oh, about Casey. Oh, jeez. And they get so vile. You didn't hear about that? Yeah, it was, yes, Bondi, yes. What Loveless just said. You have so many you don't think it would stand out in all the news. You're probably right. It was a big deal for Australia because our last one was in 1994, I think, which was the whole Martin Bryant thing, which would be a fascinating thing to cover, by the way. Really fascinating. But we've got a lot of noise at the moment about tightening up. I guess not just gun control, but knives and everything as well. And yeah, the government's being quite opportunistic. Hello, Sanjay. Hi. You're in Canada, so it was big news there. Yeah. Big news here too. But isn't that wild? Just a blip on the US kind of radar, nothing at all. And it's this, it was one of those events here where it kind of stopped everybody and, the news outlets were covering it and things like that. So yeah, it was a big deal. Okay, so are we feeling like her yelling with Roxy about SA allegations is a little too heavy, or are we up for that? The two that I'm looking at is this one here. The LCU's tone towards Amberlynn is starting to change, and also Amberlynn reads live weigh-in goes sideways. So can I get a 1 for a vote for the change in vibe, and a 2 in the chat for the weigh-in going sideways? So 1 for this one, 2 for this one, please. How would they go about regulating knives? Amnesties. So you're not allowed to, it's not about not having them in the home. So you can still have cooking knives and things like that. That's not the point. The point is that you can't travel with them. So you can't be out in the world, have them on your person if you get caught with them in your car or in your bag. And I'm talking, this is ridiculous because even box cutters, although if we've all seen Breaking Bad, just saying, but any sort of bladed weapon is quite significant a penalty here. Ian, 3, I don't care. I think we've got 2, 1. Don't give her the voice to bash Casey. Yeah, a lot of nasty language. I've noticed that Amber has actually ramped up the way she swears. She's speaking like them. It's just so awful. And this bro thing, it's, yeah. Hello, Mother of Baggins over on Twitch. Thank you so much for joining me on Twitch. I don't know if anyone cares at all, but if you did want to support, I need to have more average viewers over on Twitch. You absolutely don't have to, but if you are a Twitch user and you'd like to do that, then yeah, please do. Hey, Bo Bay, you resubscribed. Thank you so much. Supporting me on both platforms too, my goodness. You're going to have to be replay, no problem. You need to be a responsible adult now and make your family dinner. I understand. Thanks so much for popping in. Makes sense, you have open and concealed carry laws, yeah. We actually have in Australia some of the tightest restrictions around that sort of thing in the world. It's a lot. But even pocket knives, pen knives, you can't be caught carrying them. Unless it's something to do with a job and you can prove that it's something to do with your job. It's difficult though. Back to arslers. Okay, well, with that in mind, everyone, I hope you don't mind. I am going to go for option 1 just because I agree. I don't think we need to be giving Amber the voice against Casey. Hello, Sweet Disaster. Thank you so much for following me on Twitch. Thank you. Oh, Mother of Baggins throwing knives are big no-no here. Big. And machetes as well. They're very selective about which ones they really don't like. But yeah. Throwing knives is fun though. Yeah, so let's do this one. Because, you know, do you know what though? I had this little bit of push and pull within myself, because you know how this mother clucker likes to think about things. And in my Hectacana video that I was covering, where I said in that video, I would rather believe an SA victim and be wrong about it, which people then actually corrected my language and said, well, that's actually, that mentality has actually led to a lot of really bad things, like really bad things that I don't think I can say on here. And I think the thing that I was trying to say is I want to believe SA victims when they come forward while it's being worked out. So not blindly, but like while it's being discovered. And I actually have, very hypocritically, the opposite reaction with Amber. And I think it's obviously because we know how much she's lied in the past that she becomes a very difficult person to believe. And that's her own doing that she's created that vibe. But I don't believe what's going on here. And I feel a certain type of way about not believing it. But I think you're all probably on the same page that we believe Casey. And the way it's delivered, the details, everything about Casey, he comes off so much more believable. It is the boy who cried wolf. Even if she's saying the truth, no one will believe her. And it's so true. And she's put herself into a situation and created a culture so that it almost doesn't matter how ridiculous her exes sound, we're going to believe them first. Because there's just been too many lies without suitable justification. So, yeah, so let's do this one. Hey, Knox, hello. You know, if Australia sees you showing a gun-looking item in YouTube video, they will show up at your house. Hello, Eric. Also, Casey does not dramatize his side. No, he came forward, very clearly explained with details that made a lot of sense. And you're right, no over-dramatizing, no, you know, retraction saying use the wrong word and all that kind of thing. It's just, yeah. You will say, oh, Cat Lady, thank you so much for following me on Twitch. Thank you everybody. If you want to be able to see the YouTube chat as well, I don't mind if you want to like mute it or something and just keep it on the background. I don't know, do what you want, but I really appreciate the support. You will say Emily took advantage of our benefit. Yeah, benefit of the doubt to the exes. Yes. And that situation I view as very equal. Very, very equal. But that would be the first one, I think, that was equal. But yeah. But let's get into this. We'll watch this one and then we'll watch some Johnny stuff and kind of start getting him into the mix because, oh, sorry, noises. Because I realized that I cover Eugenia, Amber, Rachel, and Candy, Hungry Fat Chick. And 3 of those are either not posting at the moment or they're posting nonsense. And I don't really feel like doing Hungry Fat Chick at the moment, so I need to add people. And Johnny was going to be the replacement for Eugenia, so I'm just going to add him into the time slot where Eugenia's current stuff would be happening.
My bowels had a sweet release. I could feel it everywhere. I had crapped my pants.
Prison. She needs prison. I kind of have OCD.
You mean OBCD?
Was that your bones?
Yes.
I've been grown. I pay my bills. My bills are paid.
I think it's about time that we start holding ourselves accountable, and I don't think Amber is gonna like it too much, but you know what? How are you guys doing tonight?
Not good.
All right.
What's wrong?
Well, it started when the fire alarm went off in the middle of the night. That's a whole different story. I've barely gotten any sleep. And then I'm like, okay, I'm going to be excited for my show. Super pumped. And then it's like you purposely, I don't know if you're trying to like upset me. I don't know what's happening, but
Oh, we're still on the thumbnails. Did you hear that little sigh though? He's like, what's wrong? Oh, thank you, Nox. I did forget that you were Ian. I'm really bad at remembering names. I really, really try, but I do struggle. Thank you for reminding me. Have you noticed? You noticed Amber is the one that does the SUL advances or talking about SUL stuff. She's doing that all the time in LCU. Yeah, I have. Johnnie Guilbert. He's a pretty big channel that kind of ran in the same circles as Eugenia for a while. He's clearly got Arrested Development, got some pretty significant mental health issues, and currently has a girlfriend that everybody hates. Amber is the living embodiment of a wet blankie. Hi, Kex. Don't apologize for being late. You're not late. We just got started. Said it was tough with different names in different places. Yes, I appreciate your consideration so deeply. Thank you. Does she know what the LCU even is? I think that would be up for debate, Lola. I don't think tell me what did you all watch my last video on Amber and the LCU? I'm interested to know what you think, because I personally don't think Amber sees what's going on here. Or at least not in its entirety. I don't think she sees how she's being used here. What do you think? You don't know how she managed to be more unlikable, but by God, she did it. Did she ever? Like, you know how I'm always saying I really give people the chance to grow. I always want to have that patience with them and, you know, give them the chance so that they feel like they aren't doomed. But this stuff has really started making me go, well, now she's actively ungrowing. She's regressing. And like, what do you do with that? I'm very much losing patience with what the roots of my brand are and what my beliefs are. You used to follow Johnny? Yeah, in all honesty, joke. I have not been watching him since I started a reaction channel. But he's interesting. You think she knows she's being used, just not the degree that she will be abused. I think that's fair, Ian. You think her sense of self-importance is screwing her over, Boob Cat? I agree. You think she's that kid at school who never realized that people weren't laughing with her? Yeah, that's a good observation. She had a breakdown one stream. She questioned herself and actions. She should. Also, hello, Creeds. Hi.
but the thickest podcast. Then you made my arms bigger in the thumbnail.
I did not make your arms bigger. Bro, we're not... Dude, okay, I am literally fat. Like, you realize I can't make fun of somebody for being fat because I am also fat, right?
You
But
are
like,
medium-sized.
okay, well, we're fat, okay? God, it's just, Sweet Tea, don't make it any worse, please.
Like, I'm not happy with either of you, if I'm being quite frank.
What'd
I do?
See, there's like fat jokes already in the chat. Like, listen, yesterday, like, you know, asking.
Actually, talking about the payment schedule, now I did have some people pop into my comments section, and of course I don't have proof. I have not personally verified it, but we've got some people saying that my theory was correct, that Keem is getting the AdSense and all of these people are getting a cut, but he's also getting a cut of the super chats and memberships. So it's yeah, Keem will be making bank. I actually looked at, let me just bring this up. Sorry, typing for one moment. I'll bring it onto the screen. You can see I'm just pulling it up. Okay. Their website. I don't know if any of you have been on this, but I did some exploring. And they actually have almost, 21 active channels. So can you imagine, I'm sure like they're not all doing as well as each other. Long Cow Bus is ranked #1 at the moment, and they even have a memberships ranking thing. But you can imagine that if Keem is, like, he's not doing work in any of these for the most part. So these are just constantly going on all the time. And they even have like a whole schedule where it's almost like there is always an LCU show that you can watch. And so he's getting, the way I theorize, if he's getting the AdSense for all of these videos, all of these channels, that's an insane amount of money. He is a very good businessman, and I don't think he's an ethical one, but he's a good one for sure. When you were big on LCU, he was receiving 50% or something, while both Boogie and Wings were receiving 25%. And the numbers absolutely have been declining. 21 channels. That crap for the people who don't want to watch everything as they need to be watching 21 channels. Yeah, Little Croissant. That became evident to me too, that he wanted to make it a 24-hour thing. So you can literally rock up to YouTube at any point and there will be one of these going. It is a great idea. Like the execution of this, I give Keem a lot of credit. I just wish that it wasn't such garbage. I wish it was better quality anything. But nice. He's smart. He's smart. YouTube doesn't care about language as much. So they're really finicky about, like, you know, the Eugenia sort of stuff and what you can and can't say there. But when it comes to actual swearing, they're not too fussed, so long as it's not too early in the video. And if you watch carefully, they run a music thing, like a music video, and then it gets started. So there's no swearing in the beginning. Hello again, Sanjay. Thank you for supporting over on Twitch. Someone said LCU is like a pyramid scheme and you can't unsee it, with the sign-on bonuses, encouragement to bring in new cows, the cult speak, the money. Yes. The cult talk is really what stood out to me, and it makes me very uncomfortable. You refuse to watch any of it. Hi, Nightshade. You're gonna, today, we're watching it. Does that say fart watch? Yes. Will Angie fart? Oh, this is incredibly intellectual content going on here, my nuggets. Do you feel your IQ rising as you look at the screen? 16 Leo made a funny Keem diss track. Yes. Honestly, I think Keem would be a really interesting person to cover, and I considered it for like a split second, and then I'm like, I can't though, because how much of this rubbish would I have to watch in order to get my point across? No, I just can't. I can't. But yeah, the love bombing, for sure. That's what I suspect Amber doesn't see as fake. I think she buys that. Brain rot. Keem sets your intuition off so bad. Just an absolute no from you. Like, I wouldn't let him within 1,000 miles of you if you could help it. Yeah, I don't get good feelings from him either. Hello. Just getting ready for bed. Oh, that's good. You don't want your IQ to be too low at night. What hurt you a little bit, Tiger? He's sleazy. Kim is a degenerate. There was a girl that was actively watching and tried out as a host. She didn't make the cut, but she was invited to Fat Camp to sleep with Kim and his wife. Okay. Yes, sometimes the cost of money is too great. I will keep saying that, but let's keep watching.
Give me the questions about the rags, like it came out of nowhere and I was like, fine, I'm just gonna accept it because I'm genuinely willing to answer any question, but like you're supposed to be like on my side, but you're sitting there, oh, I watched Jordy and I want to ask you these questions as if you believe him. Sweetie, I've always supported you. I genuinely have always supported you. I have donated to shows.
So just for anybody watching this who is not super familiar with Amberlynn, when she cries like this, it's not real. She's very convincing, and if you're not used to looking at it, it can look convincing. But yeah, this is completely fake. It's quite concerning how she can turn it on and off like that. Oh, gotcha, Tiger, the fart watch. Took some psychic damage. It was very effective. You don't know if she cares that it's fake or the fact that she's so hateful, any kind of positive reinforcement feels authentic to her. Yeah, it could be. It could be. Boogie was wearing a diaper while he danced? Oh no. I don't like Boogie. I don't know a lot about Boogie, but I know enough. I know.
I specifically said, like, I really want to work with Sweet Tea. I think it would be awesome. And it's like, it doesn't feel fair to me because, like, I support both of you. I enjoy both of you. I would never sit there and watch, like, Jordy has ruined my life in more ways than one. And for you to be like, well, I'm going to ask you these questions. Like, it's.
Can I just talk about the Geordie thing? You know how, like, I think it was the first stream, there was a fake Geordie account in the chat and she was going off at it? I believe that she knew it wasn't Geordie. It didn't make sense. You're not convinced? I just had to put it out there just in case people are feeling bad for her. Nova wears diapers too. They should be friends. Oh, do we want that in this world, King? Do we? The fake cry sounds like your 4-year-old when he can't get Macca's Happy Meal. Fake Geordie. Yeah, I don't believe that she didn't know who. It was just a drama thing. And probably somebody who actually works at the LCU made that name just to go in there and they're going to be like, look for this name and then get fired up about it. It's, yeah. Yeah. So it's my understanding that pretty much everybody in the LCU has either been cancelled or demonetized or hit so much strife that they can't function in the world by themselves anymore because everybody hates them, and Keem is like, protecting them and giving them a platform and then, making bank off them. I don't know if it's everybody, but it seems to be a large proportion of them. I know Macca's. Yeah, that's what we call McDonald's. Macca's. It's an Aussie thing. You do feel bad for her when she cries. You only came into Girl World during Fed Bundy era. You don't like to see people cry. Yeah, it does take a little while. I definitely used to feel like that, but you start to see more and more patterns going on, and she doesn't legitimately cry very often. Yeah. LCU is desperation. Boy, is it ever. You know, and this is all because none of them want to go get normie jobs, right? They make more money doing this for less work. And they would rather demean themselves for what money? This is capitalism at its finest. Sorry, when I talk about capitalism, I am aware that I sound a little bit crazy. So bear with me. Aussies make words cuter and you're in support of it. Yeah, I don't know, for my non-Aussie nuggets, chookin is an Australianism. We call chickens chooks, and so chookin is a cutesy version of that, and that's why I'm Vera the chookin. It's an Australian thing. I didn't make it up. You start to notice her on off switch. Yeah, you really do. Amber's cry is very performative and fake. It is. Hello, Vera, you beautiful chookin. You are, in fact, the loveliest chookin I have ever met. Oh, thank you so much, Attic. Oh, we have a bot on Twitch. There we go. Came in during Destiny. Beck era. You were home with the third child. Yeah. Yeah, it's you just get to see the patterns, that's all. I believe the only time that I've actually seen her cry was during the Rarity situation, but I don't think she was crying about Rarity. I think she was crying about the fact that Emily was trying to send her home. But I do think the tears were real, just not for the reason that she was telling us. You like how bachelorette parties are called hen parties? They are. You learned it from Kath and Kim. Yeah, hen nights. Yeah, for sure. It's a thing. And buck nights. Came in during Erica. I actually was only a little bit before you. Maybe like, I don't know, maybe a year before that. Not too far before.
Embarrassing. Like, you could have asked me, like, privately at least.
They were just big takeaways from his review of our first episode. So I was like, well, you did say you wanted to, like, answer any questions. So I just wrote them down to keep in mind, you know, if those are the questions he has, then maybe if you answer them, those are the questions everybody has, kind of thing.
And that's a fair point. That's a lot of the criticism that we've got on the show is that we've played kind of softball. And, like, that's because we're on your side, but like people want to hear the answers to these questions. Like I feel like you're getting upset over things that
I just wanted to have the questions that the people were asking that they really wanted to know.
It's a
like I know
it's a thumbnail.
I know I'm fat. Like it's fully like I'm aware, but like making me look worse when I already feel horrible about myself is not okay.
No. You didn't even get Amber in front of us or anything. She's like in the background, like
we're both
a monster or something.
Oh my. Are you serious?
Half the time they're using rubbish AI images anyway. Like, I'm pretty sure, by the way, everyone, I can't say this word. So I'll just be calling it bus or LC bus. But like, there's so many of them. This one's AI. This one's AI. They're not. Maybe that one, or maybe it's just filters. That one's definitely AI. So it's like only some of them are real. They're the ones she's complaining about. You're convinced her tears are even scripted. I agree with you, Kex. Like, yes, I think they are. Because when you think about it, I think they're playing caricatures of themselves, so everything's scaled up and exaggerated. And Amber crying and, like, being unhinged, generally speaking, is part of the thing. More like yawn bust. She literally talked about making money off her arms. Yes, off her fadubitas, in fact. And she's actually... Is she actually upset because she's the one fully making money from the image? She isn't the one, sorry. Yeah, maybe. And that's kind of why in my video I'm like, why at this point, like, if you're considering this, why would you not just go do OF or like whatever the variant is for that kind of content? Like, because if you're already, yeah, I mean, I don't at all have a problem with people that get into S work. I think it's a very valid career and a very valid way of making money. I don't like it when people go into it out of desperation, like it's the last card that they have to play, just because I think it can be a very exploitative industry. But when you're considering bus, like, you may as well just go do that. At least then you're in full control. You can do cam work. You can do exactly what you're comfortable with. Not like, I don't know. That would still require some actual work. That is a good point, Eric. Yes, because you have to promote yourself and you have to be present every day, and yeah. She'd have to take the photos, upload them, manage the account. I was thinking of something more of a live sort of setting. LCU is WWE. It is. Stage drama, staged emotions. It was leaked by a schizo after Keem denied it for so long. You're with me about S work. It's the intention behind it that makes a difference. Absolutely. Yeah, it is. But from my perspective, if I was really in a desperate situation, I feel like I would rather do the S work than this. Just, I don't know. I don't know if that's a hot take, but that's just me. WWE, but not the cool wrestling parts. Yeah, it's just a really bad version of like those talk shows of WWE. It's like it's all of the bad bits without the good bits. Requires a lot of work and a huge mental toll. You don't think she could do it? You could be right. She doesn't even want to do this. No, and she has to turn up 5 days a week. Like, that is far more work than she is used to, right? I think. Going by her past content. Hello, French. Your grammar is trash typing. That's okay, Lola. My dyslexia makes it that my reading is trash. So together, we will never communicate. Or we'll have two very different conversations. But if I stumble over things, I assume it's me, not you. So you can get away with it. She didn't even want to do live streams 2 days a week for 2 hours. Yeah, now she's doing 5. S work and her low self-esteem and boundary issues is a hazardous mix. It is, but so is this, to be fair. It's a full regression. It's so disappointing. In my mind's eye, I saw her doing something different, even though I'm not entirely shocked by this, if that makes sense. Your husband is passionate about his love for WWE, and you will never understand. Also, hello, Katie. Yeah, people are like, yeah, people are really passionate about WWE. I'm not really a viewer myself. What a conversation that would be. We'd both be entertained in our own ways, Lola. I love that.
Curious right now?
Her arms don't look real. Her arms look like they're freaking like, her hands are like the same size as her arm.
The chat is like being so mean to me yet again. Like,
are they?
Yeah, they're saying, is this gonna be every episode? Yeah, Wolf My House knew how to do a thumbnail, purposely putting thickest, knowing I have an issue.
W's if she looks fine in the thumbnail. W's if she looks fine. I'm not even saying any W. L's, really? L's?
Yeah, no W's, because everyone hates me. I don't know why I'm
L's?
here.
Why are there so many L's?
Amber, you look larger on the stream. Thank him for doing you a favor.
I wouldn't even say it. No.
So I look larger right now than in the thumbnail.
That's just what they...
Oh, that person's troll game is strong. Good on her keeping to the schedule. You don't like Amber, but you'd like for her and all other lolcows to get better. Hello, Kaden. Hello. Thanks, because Boogie faked cancer and she totally had it. She gets to say that to him is really gross. I agree with you, King. That I think it's in this one, actually. It's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
No.
That's just what they said.
Once.
No, I saw Phantom's. Oh, Phantom wants to fuck with me.
Oh.
His
Why?
one of his streams, he had me in the back. My face was like literally this big. I'm not even joking. He edited it like it was normal, and then he goes, "Let's make it bigger." Like fuck all y'all and your stupid fat phobic bullshit. I've had to deal with this for 13 fucking years.
Wait, that's
Love
kinda
Makeup
funny, though.
100. This
Nah, I'm still not buying this. I don't think she's... I think she's just playing off what people are saying. I don't know that she is fully bothered by it. I think this is an act. You feel like the LCU had visions of all the views Amber would bring in, and she did a few nights. The content is such garbage and fake that Girl World bailed. Yeah, exactly. Also, hello, Kenda. I agree, and I think it could have been... I think it could have been done a lot better than it was. But the two people that she's with are wrong. It's them bringing it down, in my opinion. LCU needed to hold her feet to the fire, no matter what they did. No matter what they did not, so we all bailed. Yeah. Fake, arrogant, twat phobic. Eric. You watched 5 minutes just now and she was making fat jokes at herself. Yeah, she has, though, said, to be fair, only I can do fat jokes. You really think she or Kim went, reaction channels say you do X, Y, and Z, so every time someone negs you, just lay onto those things. Yeah, absolutely. And that's a whole bit. I agree with you. That's pretty much it. Hi, Amanda. We're still here. You had a hair appointment. Did you get a new color or just a new cut? And you haven't missed much. We talk here, like, a lot. a lot. Or she'll blame her BPD for being good with fat jokes and not, yeah. Doesn't excuse her bad, manipulative, or lazy sides. It does not.
show is literally about accountability, Amber. For you to grow. Amber, you may control your girlfriends, but you're not controlling your colleague, yes.
Sweet Tea should not be watching f***ing Jordy behind my back if she plans on being my f***ing co-host, because I take this shit seriously. Like, I don't want to just be like
I'm gonna
workers.
speed
I
them
want
up
us to
just
be
a
friends. I
scooch.
want us to trust in each other, and I can't fucking trust in you if you're watching someone that's literally ruined my fucking life.
Okay.
Okay, which one of the people who want you to like have responsibility or take responsibility for your actions would you rather me go to for information?
Nobody. They can come to us. That's the point. Like, you don't have to go to them.
Like, I do get it that they couldn't really execute what we would have wanted them to do because Amber would have just rage quit. She wouldn't have stayed. That's why you love it here, just because we talk so much. I actually talk so much on these streams. I actually do a reasonable calorie burn because of all of the oxygen usage. It's wild. The fake whinging. Yep. Sweet Tea is not your friend, Amber. No, she's not. She's there to make money. You don't think she's mentally strong enough to keep this character up? I think you could be right. I really don't think this is long term. And that's why I say, I said in my video, if I did think this was long term, I would just absolutely stop covering her. I really would. But I don't think it's going to be long term. Although if she continues this rubbish when she goes back to her channel, I still won't be covering her because this is just getting ridiculous. Thanks, Ian. You come here for the yapping for sure. I'm so glad. Creeds. Stop that. Thank you so much. Gifted 5 memberships. We have 5 new Cluckers. We've got Kex, Eric. Just a little baby. That's a cute name. Hi, RBL. Hello. See. Oh gosh, are names that I think I will butcher if I try to say. Duck, yes. Thank you so much. Everybody who just got gifted a membership, be sure to head on over and check out my members only videos. If you can stomach them, they are the stuff that I can't do on the free to view section. Thank you so much. All the new little eggs. Yes, the Twitch people are busy working on Twitch for affiliate. Thank you so much. The requirements are actually really easy now. I just need the average viewer for the whole stream to be up a little bit. That's all. Is Creed not a member? I thought Creed's was. I'm annoyed because the software that I have, it doesn't show me who has memberships. I can only see if it's Twitch or YouTube. Oh, that's really kind, Creed. Thank you so much. I love seeing all the eggs, and they gradually hatch too. I think I've only got one hatched so far. That's Giselle. She's not in here today, I don't think. Although she lurks, so she might be. Hello, if you're here, Giselle. I'm Vera the Chicken everywhere. So if you want to go support on Twitch, absolutely go ahead. Doesn't matter what the platform is. For some reason, this username is not taken anywhere. At the moment, I have 5 people sitting there, which is great. But if you want to sit on Twitch as well to support, absolutely, it does help. I mean, both platforms help. Ultimately, YouTube is my main one, but if you want to, yeah. You'll get the, I'll put all the emojis on. And I think I can actually do more emojis on YouTube now too. I just need to find the time to do the assets. Yeah, they hatch. They do.
Why don't they come to us? Well, they're too scared is why, because they know they're wrong with their dumb bullshit.
To defend Sweet Tea, like, I think we all looked at a lot of different channels, just like when you were coming in to kind of get a feel for what we're getting into. And like, she's just...
Let's take away the fact that you made me look bigger in the thumbnail and you always make me look ugly as fuck, okay? Why did you have to title it what you titled it?
Like, that's...
You might be thick, but I'm like morbidly obese, like, where's my coffin almost? Like, it's not cool.
Okay, no, I actually have...
I can joke about these things. If Keem saying that I could cause an earthquake, like, he could fuck off too. Like, all y'all are just getting mean, and that's probably the only reason why I'm here.
Amber, I think that you look like you're like 250, 300 max on camera.
Person super chatted $20. Amber, why are you pulling your sleeves down and covering your hands? Are you making fun of Sweet Tea? You're disgusting. At Gwendolyn 1029 super chatted $20. Hat off, please. You deserve so much better. AL.
I'm literally
heart
fat.
Emoji,
I'm literally
emoji,
fat.
Heart emoji.
That's fat.
Yeah, that's fat.
No.
I didn't remember that. Oh. Me wishing that I had a time machine to go back in time and not witness that moment. I'm not getting that back in my life. Who was that? Oh, I missed it. Oh, whoever just joined on Twitch, thank you so much. Thank you. Why are you laughing? I don't know. Why am I laughing? We are sick people. I hate this. You were a fool thinking you could listen to the stream in the background while working on your next book, Kex. Oh, Neo, thank you so much for following on Twitch. Little truffle shuffle for our viewing pleasure. Oh, Eric. Thank you, Attic. Thank you so much for following on Twitch. Thank you so much, everybody.
That's crazy.
I would kill to be your size, to be your weight. Are you joking?
That's a normal American man size.
Hey Amber, recently you said you would sell arm pics if you really needed money. What's the going rate for a Batwing pic?
Not anymore, Sweet Disaster. They actually really reduced it. Hang on a second, let me see. What do I need? 25 followers. I've got 23. Actually, I might have more than that now. 23 followers. I need to stream one more day in the month. I've done the hours, and I just need a minimum of 3 average viewers on 4 different days. So yeah, they've heavily reduced the requirements. Because yeah, I remember it used to be 50. Oh, Katie, you're the one I missed. Oh, thank you so much for following on Twitch. Oh, I've got 29 followers now. Oh, nice. Thank you, everybody. So there you go. It's just the average viewers then. And the extra day that I need to do, which I will do because I'm here streaming anyway. Does it say... Oh, yeah, Nox. Yeah. Oh, sorry, Ian. When I used to be on Twitch, it was that as well. That's what I remember, and it was much more difficult to get, but Twitch has really ramped it down. Thank you, Sanjay. Thank you for listening on Twitch. But I understand if you want the YouTube chat as well, because that's kind of where a lot of the activity is. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Pterodox. And I just missed somebody else too, didn't I? Thank you so much. I need to bring my Twitch stream manager up so I can actually see. Thank you so much, everybody. I really appreciate it.
Pick.
$50.
That's it.
That's it?
Yeah.
At
Deadass, there's this
Logical
guy.
1009, Amber, you really overreacting
Bloody legend,
with this
thank you.
thumbnail. The second one that was just you was bad. It made you look like a bunny. Rain and petals eavesdrop, I wore the wrong shoes. Rain and petals eavesdrop, I wore the wrong shoes. Rain and petals eavesdrop, I wore the wrong shoes.
We use angles, bitch. Don't ever get us from the bad angle. Never bottom up. Okay? It doesn't matter how big ALR is. It doesn't.
Thank you, Nightshade. I think they might. Thank you, Creeds, everybody. Oh, you joined the clucking crew. Oh, I thought you said you didn't need it right now. Thank you so much, Creeds. You are now a clucker. I think they do donations on Twitch, but I'm not monetized in any fashion on Twitch right now. So, although I'm grateful for the idea, it's not there yet. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you. Oh, such a love fest today. On the special 10K stream, you'll be on both platforms. I'm very excited about that. I still need more time. I'm working surprises, and yeah. Tits is with Meeples. Thank you so much for following on Twitch. And I'm so sorry, YouTube people, are you still getting 2 notifications pop up there? I don't know why that's happening. Much appreciation. You've watched this too many times, but it's easier to digest here. That's because I stop every 30 seconds and talk in the middle of them. The coop is growing, or the flock. Is she using too much highlighter? Who is this lady? She has a very weird, strange foundation color. Could be just, yeah. Oh yeah. No, I don't know who that is. YouTube stream is a few seconds behind the Twitch one. Interesting. You seem like such a genuinely kind chicken and deserve all the hype. Thank you so much. Unlike Amber, who's been a total disrespectful piece of bird poo. For the chicken tenders in the room, you know that chickens have 2 types of poo that they do. One is fecal, which is more like guano, you know, it's kind of a normal, but then there's the cecal poo, so it's with a C, and that is rank, and let's leave that one for Amber. Sorry, I'm laughing at the cassowary stuff. Not the cassowary stuff. Somebody said on that stream that we were talking about all the cassowaries that they were going to sleep listening to it, and I'm really concerned about what kind of dreams that person would have had on that cassowary stream. You actually have chickens yourself, so you know what I mean about the sequel poo. Oh, rabbits do that too. Interesting. Yeah, sequel poos are nasty. They really are. You have 5 hens, no extra room. You do miss when they were indoors. Yeah. You know, there's no actual rule to say that chickens can't be indoors when they grow up. It is very good fertilizer, for sure.
Doesn't matter how big she was. What matters is how big she's going to be. And her legs need to be a motherfucking fat camp. So you need to make sure that that happens, because we got some fun to have and some LBs to drop. Okay? Stop worrying about being perfect online. Okay? This is the place to be messy. We all come up with no makeup on. I know you want to ease into it slowly, but just embrace the ugly, baby.
Okay,
embrace it.
Boogie, you gotta have
I
that
love you,
back
girl.
here.
Okay. I don't know if I'm biased, but I feel like everybody that comes on this show, I just instinctively don't like them. I know that's not fair, but I also know that I'm seeing a character and it's probably not who they actually are, which hopefully they're nothing like, but yeah. Came for Amber, stayed for the stayed for the general knowledge of chickens and their poo. Yes. And something you can learn about me is I'm always slightly covered in chicken poo in some way, shape, or form. It is my life. Oh, rats have 2 types as well. Super interesting. See, I know you don't really care. No, I haven't heard of bustards. They don't urinate like humans or like mammals, and yeah. Pet poop chat. Like, you have no idea how much my life circles around, because, you know, it's important to check these things because you can monitor their health. And that's far too much information. But I am just going to run to the loo very quickly. Not related to what we've just been talking about, but other reasons. So I'm going to let this play. I've got wireless headphones, so I'm listening as well.
Yeah, look, I'm trying to be supportive, Amber. Look, Amber, you're about 600 pounds. I was 600 pounds, okay? And the amount of hate you're going to give, I mean, I still look like this, right? I'm 300 pounds right now.
Right.
Which makes me half your size. And when it comes to this thumbnail thing, I have one thing to say, is that no matter what thumbnail photo they use, they're going to hate you. And that's okay. Let them use any thumbnail photo he can get to fit in the frame, because there's got to be 2 other people, and you're huge. You already took up like 75% of this thumbnail. It's a goddamn miracle they can put Sweet Tea and Scooter in the same thumbnail. I don't know how he does it. That's some Photoshop wizardry.
Come on, dude. Come on, buddy. Come on.
Hope you get cancer, mother.
Okay.
I mean, I might.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Get the fuck out of
That's
here.
what he deserves.
Fucking stupid bitch. Karma's a thing.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that right now.
That was
Ass.
But you know what?
Oh,
He must not be wanting you to come to fat camp and steal all his thunder.
Oh, I'm pissed now. You guys got me on another level.
Well, you know what? Speaking of fat camp, here's something I actually thought would be a really fun idea for us to do, because we all, I mean, maybe not Sweet Tea, but like Amber and I could use to lose a little bit of weight. Maybe we set up a member goal to do weigh-ins each week. Like start off.
I'm not that skinny.
You've got to fucking be kidding me.
Okay, I can manage to lose a little.
Did you, Sweet Tea, be on my side for 2 seconds? Did you just see that? I've been talking about the fat phobia, the this and the that, and then he goes, let's wear.
Of course I chose that moment to go. Okay, so firstly, this monetizing weigh-ins and this kind of talk is going to be the thing that will get them into trouble if Amber is going to affect their channel. Second, yeah, she actually said that. So I think statistically it is likely that everybody in this chat has either experienced cancer personally, or they've had a loved one who has been affected by cancer. And that is just, this is the kind of thing that is going to lose her actual supporters, and she's going to return to nothing. Clearly she hasn't learned from her demonetization. No, she hasn't. She should have been watching my videos, actually. Mass reporting will entice. Indeed, RBL. Yeah, it's totally gross. Cute names. You call your boys little chaos potatoes? Oh, did I miss that? What are chaos potatoes? Because I feel like this addresses Silkies really well. Yeah, cluck that bitch. I would not wish cancer on even the worst of humanity. I agree with you. And like, she's doing it because Boogie faked having cancer, but it doesn't read well. And I've so forgotten, I know that it was one of you who said this in my comment section, that she's ruining her brand, and she really is. This is not Amber Lynn, and it's not who people are going to want to return to. Mean girl energy for real. Oh, you know what would have actually been a good idea? For Rachel and Amber to team up and do a podcast and label it Mean Girl something, like a pun there. That would work. They can take that idea. I would watch that. You occasionally work in an oncology unit. Yeah, it's bad. It's a horrible thing to say to somebody, or to even just put out there in the world as a statement. Yeah, that's right. Her grandma does have it now, so it's nasty to say that. And she feels that she can say it because she's totally had it. But as far as we know, and I do want to be mindful when I talk about this, because I haven't seen her medical records, so I don't feel like I'm in a position to be able to make a call on this. But we do have Beck saying that it was precancerous cells, which is not the same thing as cancer. It's not. And it is serious and it needs to be addressed, but it's not cancer. That would work too well. Coming soon, the Flimsy Morals podcast featuring Ambi and Rachel. Ambi and Rachie? Nightshade, whatever happened to Rachel and Hector Kana? I actually kind of keep up to date with them at the beginning of everything. So Hector Kana has actually pivoted. He's doing body cam footage now, and he's had a little win, but he's losing his old audience. And Rachel hasn't posted in like 3 weeks, but she's still gradually losing. So I don't know if she took the holiday period off and will return. I don't know. Richie. Just because you've had something horrible happen to you doesn't mean you have the freedom to wish it on someone else. If only this were common knowledge. You think she feels she's allowed to say it? Yeah, I agree with you, RBL. I think that too. We're still okay. So for all of the replay nuggets who aren't looking at the chat, we're still talking about various animal poop. This is, we moved on from baking cassowaries and dinosaurs, and this stream is all about animal poop of various descriptions. Aren't you glad you're here?
Yourselves.
Well, no, you, just because, to get you, because, you have a lot to lose on the path to fat camp and stuff like that.
I'm not weighing myself for your delight. Sorry,
no, it's not for my delight. It's to hold ourselves accountable so we can get on the right path for fat camp.
No, what the fuck is the scheme that you and Keem have behind the scenes? I want to
lose weight. To lose weight, that's the scheme. And step one of losing weight is holding yourself accountable. I get you don't want to do it, so I'll set a high. 200 members, if we get it, will you do it?
I need to have say in the show. I feel like I'm not getting any say.
Wow, look at that. Did you not just gag? God. Oh my god, you did not just gag at me.
Scooter, what is wrong with you? What are you thinking? A weigh-in per week? For her to remember about her weight. She gets hate all the time already.
No, okay,
yeah.
Okay, I didn't want to go here, but here's the reason I want to do this goal is because I have people messaging me saying she lies about her weight. And I want to hold her accountable going into fat camp.
She said she was like, what, 570 something? You don't believe that?
Well, no, we could just dispel those rumors really easily if we did weekly.
In your opinion, she believes she can say whatever she wants and get away with it. Yep. And Ambi needs to start meeting people in real life. She's lost touch entirely. She really has. And she really does, I think, legitimately think that she is the main character in everybody's story. But she would probably justify it in her mind that she's always doing everything for everybody else. But she has no ability to be able to remove herself from anybody else's experience. Amber is, in real life, Amber is very different for sure. This is a confidence she only has online, alone in front of a screen. You could be right. I do think she's this narcissistic in real life, though. But you can be narcissistic without this kind of confidence. YouTube, unfortunately, I think, has put her in a situation where it's enabled her to not need to connect to real life. So she doesn't actually have a concept of how the real world works. And I think that's most of her problem. Just, it's an ignorance issue. She's an empath. Oh, you had is it a conure? And cockatiels. You also know a thing or two about studied bird anatomy and details at school a few years ago. It's fascinating how their reproductive and digestive system works. It really is, Sanjay. Oh, I'd love to have cockatiels. Let's remember her bingo pictures. Insecure, clearly, yet in a giant crown. Yes. Imagine being off camera with her. Yeah. She would be difficult to... I think just the view of the world that she seems to have would be very difficult to communicate anything to her, because when the foundation of how you think things work is so wrong, like it kind of is insidious because it gets into every action, every thought process, every interaction, you know, it's a problem. So you need, with these people, these sorts of people, and I used to be one of them, to break down the image of how the world works, rebuild that, and then start everything else. And in my case, my incorrect perception of how the world worked was just because of how I was raised. I was literally taught that that's how it worked. So to realize that and break it down is difficult. And you need to have conviction to do it. And I don't think Amber has conviction for anything. Like her acting driving a car. Yeah, and she mimes riding a scooter. In my opinion, Nightshade, whenever she starts miming things, she's lying. Any over-the-top gestures, any over-the-top sounds, she's almost always lying. You support Creed's demand for more creatures of the woods. Oh, what did I miss? I'm so sorry, my nuggets. We've gotten to the point where I cannot keep up with every single message, and I feel really bad about that. It's like totally first world problems, but I'm doing my best over here. I'm so sorry if I miss one or many. Don't feel bad, but I do. With the comments too, on my videos, I like to, you know, give people the time back that they've given commenting on my video. I feel like it's good to do, but yeah, it's kind of like I also have other responsibilities and things have to be balanced. More taxidermy friends for Creeds. It's okay, you missed messages and it was when it was you, one person in the... Yeah. What a popular token. I am, what can I say?
Fully weigh-ins, then nobody can say you're lying about your weight or anything like that.
I have fat phobic boss. I have a fat phobic boss who's probably obsessed with my weight at the same time. Where am I at right now? First of all, 572 was my highest. Thank you, sweet tea.
And I'm sorry you don't like the thumbnails. It's genuinely so sad. It's genuinely so sad. It is. It's so sad.
Fuck you.
Anyway, you want her to weigh herself to prove she's not what she
yeah. Can we get some fucking members, dude? I got a little bus a bus song. Dude, no, give some members. We're gonna do weekly weigh-ins. Fuck this. I'm gross. Ew, gross. Dude, I've been nothing but nice to you since you joined the show.
I hate this man's voice.
Like, what the fuck?
Does Amber think we won't notice she's fat if she doesn't weigh herself?
That counts as a member. Can we get like a 5 bomb or something, dude? Let's make this happen.
I'll do the weigh-in if we reach the goal.
Okay.
I'll do it tomorrow.
Oh,
Someone just said the whole LCU is probably fake behind my big back.
Okay.
The whole LCU.
I was thinking about a couple jokes that could be made there. I was hoping nobody'd make them.
Why don't you make one of them?
I was thinking.
You believe it was precancerous cells, but she calls it full-blown cancer because, one, she wants max sympathy, and two, she's not smart enough. She didn't fully understand her situation. As far as we know, for anyone, because I think that was an answer to somebody, as far as we know, we heard from Beck that it was precancerous cells, not full cancer. But I did kind of have a thought, actually talking to somebody the other day, that potentially she's in amenorrhea with her weight, because that happens at extremes for both ends where, like, the period fully stops, which is kind of a clinical menopause in a sense, just because of what it does to the body and what the function is. It's one that can be reversed. But potentially, I'm wondering did she have the precancerous cells and they went in and took them out as they should, which would have been done under anesthetic, and then she's also in amenorrhea. Has she joined these two things for extra effect to say they've removed my ovaries because of cancer, and that's why I don't have my period anymore? Like, does that, I feel like this thought process kind of makes sense for Amber. I'm not saying that's how it is, by the way. Don't quote me. I'm just wondering. I'm speculating. She has the hysterectomy, so that qualifies in her opinion. Yeah. Thank you, Bo Bay, for following on Twitch. Thank you. You got your ovaries and tubes out a year ago, which threw you straight into menopause, which it does. Yeah, exactly. It does. It seems like it would fit, right? I don't know. I'm just wondering out loud. Oh, she did show the medical papers. Oh, well, there you go. So, but yeah, so a full hysterectomy, I believe, is referencing also having the fallopian tubes and ovaries out as well. I believe that's what they term a full hysterectomy. But I don't know. It's just so hard to tell, though. Like, who knows? Who knows what the truth is with her?
Yeah, she said people are making jokes behind my back. Somebody could be like, "Oh, well, it's easy to make jokes behind her big back" or something like that.
Dude, okay, can I set a goal to put my hat back on?
Stupid. That was
That's
so
what
stupid.
I know. I was thinking people are gonna say that. It popped in my head.
It's probably easy to choke on steak too when you have no teeth.
It is, yeah.
Sweetie, I can't be mean to you like that. Actually, yes, I can. I forgot about the Jordy thing. It just went inside of me again, and I remembered, and I'm pissed off. Like, that's not okay. Like, I thought we were cool.
Dude, Jordy said he thought you were an animal though.
Duh. He
That's
wants
a
to say
big. That seems like a big step.
Does she not realize the only reason she was brought here is to profit off how much of a cow she is?
Not true. That's not. No, we're here to have fun.
Personality.
We're here to have
I
fun.
should dress up as a cow.
Maybe you should.
And you're literally missing teeth too.
Yeah.
Oh God.
It's only fair. You gonna humiliate me?
No problem, Sanjay. Thank you so much for coming in. Kenda, yeah, she had a hysterectomy due to precancerous cells, and then she's been borrowing quote-unquote stolen valor about being a cancer survivor, like she struggled through months of chemo. And I think that is the biggest thing, because, you know, anyone that's experienced going through this or seen a loved one going through this, they know that there are so many appointments, there's so many tests, there's the chemo treatment, there's treatment of some description. It's not like they just cut it out and then let you go. That's not how this works, because it can come back. And yeah, it seems that she hasn't done any of that, which makes it highly suspect. And that's why she's so quick to wish it on others. Yeah, but you're right, because she sees it as something kind of flippant and easy to do. Like it was just a surgery. You really like how little Sweet Tea is affected by Amber. Yes. Your gran had 4 years of treatment, 5 days a week. No way she never even returned for follow-ups. Yeah. I've witnessed somebody, I've never had cancer myself, fortunately, but I've witnessed my grandfather had pancreatic cancer. That was not a good outcome. And a very close friend of mine has also had breast cancer, and she was doing the chemo 5 days a week, as you described, like, so going to an actual hospital 5 days a week. And I think that was for about 12 months. So, yeah. Just because she had it does not give her any right to say someone should have it. You've lost multiple family members to it. Yeah, exactly. And cancer is one of those things, like I said, statistically, everybody in here has either had it themselves or experienced a loved one with it. It's so prevalent in all of its different forms that she's offending everybody in some capacity at this point. You think she could have faked the medical report? For sure, it's easy to fake those things. Actually, interesting point, Ella. I'm just putting a couple of things together. I suspect that Emily has some Photoshop skills just based on some of the graphics that she did for Amber, unless they were AI. Did she show the medical reports while she was with Emily? Just a thought. Oh no, Joy. Yeah, pancreatic cancer is a nasty one. Unfortunately, my grandfather decided to go the natural remedy route, which I think is great in combination with more scientific-based drugs, but not in lieu of. Yeah, oh, she's a nurse, it would be easy, but what I was thinking is it's also, if you have any amount of Photoshop skill, it's super easy to do documents, like really, really easy. And I wonder if she's got the tech skill. If she would, I don't know, it's unethical. She is a nurse. Yeah, I don't know.
I get to do the same to you.
But you have to understand, like, the weigh-in thing, that's not even humiliating. Like, that's a... Is it?
It is, because now people are going to see, has Amberlynn been lying about her weight, or has she been telling the truth?
Well, okay, but if you haven't lied about it, what's the big deal?
Fat Whale Cow Super Chatted $19.99. Fat ASH Cat Murderer Stop Causing Earthquakes. Fat ASH Cat Murderer Stop Causing Earthquakes. Fatty Fatty Cat Murderer Quadruple Chines.
That's how that's giving Keemstar's op account, because he joked about the whale, he joked about the earthquakes.
Ooh, you're right.
Okay, now you think Keem's making alt accounts to send hate donos for real? Like, you really believe?
Absolutely.
That's absurd. Like, he'll say it to your face. He's not that guy. Like, he'll...
Whatever, whatever.
Now that did mention quadruple chin, so give yourself as many chins as you can, sweet tea. I think I can get 2, 3 chins. Do you want to try it, Amber?
I'm perfectly content with how I am positioned right now. Thank you, though.
Okay, no, all good, all good.
You fat-phobic asshole.
I do.
You're gonna have to teach us how to be not fat-phobic, because I think we're inherently fat-phobic or something.
Okay, welcome to, this is Miss Reed. Welcome to the how not to be fat-phobic class.
Okay.
First step, prefer fat people over skinny. That's step 1.
For fat
people. You have to?
That's
Oh, cool. So the report was shown during the Beck era. It could be real. Like, she could actually have the hysterectomy. Like, maybe they took it just in case. Maybe when they were in there, they kind of decided that it was going to be too high risk, potentially. I don't know. She's comfy on her extra large crisscross chair. Man, I want one of those big chairs just so I can, like, sit cross-legged in it properly, because I never sit normally in chairs, not ever. And it looks like I could really get comfy. I'm a ground dweller. I like to sit on the floor. Uterine cancer is very common with obese women because being obese affects hormones. Of course it does, yeah. I really want to do, for any of my Cluckers in there, I really want to do, when I've finished this series on Eugenia's condition, I would like to do the equal and opposite, like, so Amber's end of the condition. I think it's interesting to explore medically how the body's affected. And surprisingly, they're affected in similar ways. You believe she had the surgery, just, yeah, not much else. Yeah, because there could have still been surgery just for precancerous cells without that additional follow-up of chemo and things like that. It's the word cancer that we're in doubt of. You're sitting on the floor right now. Love it. A fellow floor dweller. My husband's the complete opposite. He's like 6'4", and he finds getting up and down from the ground really challenging, and I'm like always there, but I'm 5'2". I'm tiny. And so I don't know. I like the floor. It was real. She was in hospital for days. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. The fact that we have to doubt this, though, like this conversation needs to happen at all, is obscene. It's a real sign of the culture she's created. And just to clarify, I'm only in doubt just because I haven't seen the records, and I don't know if I would class her showing them as me seeing them necessarily, but yeah.
Skinny phobic, though.
That's okay.
Why is that okay, but being fat phobic's not okay? That doesn't make
he's like full-blooded Viking stock. He's big guy. Treebeard.
make any sense whatsoever.
Yes, it does.
Why?
Because they get all the love. They get all the love. What about us fatties?
But they won't get any love if everybody did that.
Oh my god. So fat people just, it has to stay fat phobic. Cool. All right, enough about me. I'm so fucking done.
I don't know.
I am so sorry for pausing her every 30 seconds. It's just, you were all very entertaining. You're 5'1". That's super tiny. You're shorter than me. I always giggle to myself because I've started watching Charlie Gold, and you know she has that bit where people set her height, and she always wants to be taller, and I think it's hilarious because she's quite a bit taller than me. And I don't like to be taller than people. I like to be the smallest person in the room. I don't know why. I would not want to be taller personally. You like the floor, but you're on the couch right now with 20-pound orange hairball curled up in your legs. Oh, he's putting your feet to sleep. You just need to deal with that, Kex. That's just your life. Oh, you had precancerous cells for so many years and felt blessed it wasn't cancer. Yeah, you're not running around telling people it was cancer. So you caught it early. You're 5'7", but your man is 6'1", so you feel small. You're 5'11", you could be a model. That was my calling in life. I stopped growing when I was 13. You're 5'2", and you always thought that was average height. I'm sorry, no. No, we are short. We are very short. Charlie Gold did an epic show last night. Full on 6'8". I do like Charlie Gold. I'm new to her, but I really, really like her stuff. You're 5'7", and you're... Yeah, I'm very small next to my husband. And tall women hate me for it because, you know, tall women are always like, you're taking our tall men like they couldn't possibly date a smaller man. It's fine.
If I am mentally strong enough for this. Like, dude, I feel like I'm about to have a mental breakdown.
Are you gonna quit?
No, I'm not gonna quit. It's just, I'm not quitting. I just feel like I'm about to have a mental fucking breakdown live on air again.
Quit. I'll have your mama hop up here.
Pocahontas, get on the scale. Emily, your girlfriend, named you Pocahontas.
And I am short and short-legged. Like, I did the test of, because you know how you can like measure your height and then sit on a surface and measure your height, your sitting height, and that gives you your percentage of how much is legs and how much is torso. I am 100% more torso. Is is it really considered average? 5'2" and 5'4" to 5'4". Oh yeah, so it's the bottom end of average. I thought it was a little bit taller than that, maybe in Australia. I don't know. I am always the shortest person in the room though, unless my grandmother is there. I was doomed though. My dad is my height. It was always to be. And everyone's now we're obsessed about talking about height. It is a little bit lighter than talking about cancer, so that's nice. You're 4'11". Oh my gosh, Morphe, that's so cute. I think that's my grandmother's height.
Auntis. Scooter put
I'm
on
fully
the hat.
aware.
You keep insisting you don't lie, Amber, but then why it would be a problem to prove you don't lie? Make it make sense, please.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what's the big deal if we do this at the weigh-ins?
We have to get 200 members. I don't think that's happening. That's not
Well,
happening.
yeah, I said it high because you threw a tantrum. I didn't want you to quit again. That's all.
A tantrum? That's
No.
a triggering word for me.
Oh my god, no! Not a triggering word!
How can you be
hate
triggered?
that shit. Oh, I don't want to be here anymore, I think.
You know, the Pocahontas thing is a little funny because I put like a pig.
Do you want to know where that comes from?
I do, yeah, actually.
I
It's
cannot
BTN,
with
okay,
you
ready?
guys.
I can't
So
believe
my
you're saying
girlfriend during our unhinged moments, she went to Reddit under I don't want you guys to think bad of her, okay? Like, we've changed. I've done some bad things too, okay? She went onto Reddit under a fake account and she said that my nickname is Pocahontas.
Wait,
yeah.
Wait, so she
Are
made
you
like an
Indian?
alt account to do it?
Mhm.
And you're
Are you Native American?
This Pocahontas stuff, like, I cannot imagine why these two women want to continue any sort of relationship, you know, romantic or friendship together after what they've put each other through. I have no idea. I cannot conceptualize this. It's all poop and vertical measurements up in here. Little old ladies are the cutest. I'm gonna be one. My grandmother is, I call her my grandmother. She's actually my husband's grandmother, but I was adopted. But she tries to do tech, but is not super tech savvy and routinely loses Google. Google is missing. Cannot find Google. And it's always that, like, you know, she's done this. I know, now I've lost Google. Hello, Darkwick. It's okay, don't apologize. We're having strange conversations, as you can probably imagine. You bet Emily already has the next nickname chosen, and we'll get it on Reddit during the next fight. Yep. Yep. You had that too until they found out you're not too athletic. Have I missed something there, Ian? Sorry. Sorry. I'm missing so many messages. I don't know.
I mean, where'd you get the correlation to Pocahontas?
I'm Portuguese and French.
I don't get it then.
I don't
It's 'cause
know.
you have long hair?
I don't know.
Amber, tell the chat about how your girlfriend likes women who are bedridden in oxygen masks. Your words, not ours. P.S. I love oh lordy.
You and oh lordy can go fucking have hot dog sex or something. Anyways.
Sex,
Hot dog sex?
What do you guys think of poop fishes?
What?
Do you want to know someone who does? Foodie Beauty's husband.
Oh yeah, I knew that.
Oh shit.
Fishernett's no goal.
Oh.
That's another alt account of Team. I know it.
That one might actually be a chemo, especially
Team Star.
now.
I'm saying it right here, right now. You guys will never see this. My leg.
Thank you so much for subscribing, Nightshade. Welcome aboard. Chat is on fire tonight. I'm surprised I haven't gotten I get little notifications when we hit milestones. I'm surprised we haven't hit the 1,000 comments yet, but I will let you know when we do, because I think we're well on our way.
Eggs like that. Like that is drawing a line, but you guys can do that.
What if you were wearing do they make black pantyhose in your size? Just regular.
You want me to wear pantyhose and have my lymphedema just flying everywhere?
Wouldn't that hold you in a little bit better than fishnets, though?
This isn't OF, okay? No.
Well, we is it something that we okay? Maybe not tonight, but it's like there's got to be a conversation, right?
Okay, well, conversation is gonna end.
It is a random lie, but I think it makes sense when you consider Amber's self-esteem about herself, I believe, is actually, contrary to how it looks. Sorry, one moment. Contrary to how it actually looks, I think is actually quite low. And she doesn't think that she's interesting in and of herself, so she makes up quirky little lies about herself. If you think about teenagers and children, they actually do this quite a bit. And Amber has just never grown out of it. Because normally you're supposed to reach adulthood, start developing some actual personality and uniqueness about yourself, and she never did that. Thank you, Abiel. Don't forget to like the live. If you would all be so kind. Look at the ratio on this video, by the way, for apathetic facts. 1 downvote. I will like it while I'm here. Why is Sweet Tea the most bearable? She really is. She is. Reed is an Irish name. I don't know. See, I have a really mixed, very, very mixed genealogy, and I always think it's kind of redundant, what you're from and where your roots are. It's like, I am Australian. That's my, what I identify with, and if I were to accommodate for all the other things, it would be like 9 things. 1 downvote, and guess who it is? Hey, that person is a fan, okay? You embrace the European much. I am, just to my grandparents' level, I have Scottish, English, Chinese, Maori, German, and Italian. I always miss one. I can't remember. There's a lot. I am all over the place.
I didn't know. Anyways.
Fair enough. Bro, I'm supposed to be the showrunner. I'm not supposed to be doing dumb skits. I'm supposed to be making I thought we were gonna make.
Did I say Irish? Yeah.
Make you a cow. You guys don't want that, right? You guys don't want that. No, not
you are
no, not like milking.
You never said making a cow.
What? No.
I do control the show, Jen.
Okay.
Scooter looks great. Amber is pig oink 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 fat show tree trunk legs pig whale oink 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 pig fat.
I want to dance to it.
Okay. I already have to embarrass myself on my other show tomorrow, so it's gonna be 30-20. No, dude, I'm not here. I am not the cow.
I'm not a cow.
Hey, now, Nightshade, simmer down with that penal colony stuff. Thank you. I had no ancestors at all in Australia while that was going on. I am first generation on one side, second generation on the other. We do not take kindly to those words. Oh, you're like 97% Irish. I'd love to do one of those DNA things. I'm too paranoid. Far too paranoid. Actually, on my dad's side, it's a little bit cute because the Maori Chinese mix is unusual. And it was actually during World War II where my great-grandfather was he was from China, and he was in the Navy kind of just in New Zealand for I don't know, what do they call it when they're on leave? And he met a Maori girl and they fell in love, and that's not super acceptable on either side of those, nationalities, but they had love and it was cute. Your family fled England in 1620 on a little leaky boat. Oh, cool. A pure native from Canada. That's cool. Yep, Australian, Irish, Spanish, mixed breed. Someone adopt you. Yeah, you're just Australian. It's fine. Maoris have the haka. Yes. I don't know how to do it. I'm not a Kiwi, although half of my family is over there. I wasn't raised in the culture. Well, you know, they say that with a diverse genealogy, it makes for stronger genetics. So I don't think it matters. Be who you are. Embrace what you want. Who cares?
Oh, bitch.
Yeah.
The goal's up. The goal's up. People actually want to see if we can do it. I say drop members instead. Drop members so she has to be held accountable and do weekly weigh-ins. I think that's what we should do.
Well, I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I guess it would be fun to watch Amber lose weight, especially since Keemstar's wanting y'all to do, dieting stuff nowadays.
I don't even know. Genuinely, I don't even know if I'm going to fat camp.
Why?
Whoa.
I don't need it.
What do you mean you don't need it?
I don't need it.
I nearly just did a bona fide spit take. Oh, I don't need it. I mean, I think this is just showing that she's being deliberately oppositional. Because she has said, I mean, she does kind of swing about whether she wants to fully accept herself or whether she wants to actually improve her health, but I don't need it. You're just your standard Norwegian Swede mix. But you did a family tree investigation way back, and your Swedish ancestors were pirates. That is so cool. I think. I investigated my German lineage because there is some royalty in the line somewhere. It's illegitimate, so I can't really claim it, but I wanted to trace it. And I found some bad things about my great grandparents. Really bad things. If you're German, you don't want to look too closely at that stuff.
Need fat camp?
For what? Friendship?
What? I don't understand the context.
What do you not need it for?
I don't need it for the weight loss. I don't need it for the...
12 as super chatted $20. Amber, why is it fair for you to coot reaction channels about foodie beauty? Yes, some of those words came from Sally, but we are supposed to believe that, but not things that came out of your mouth. They are toxic like you and Emily.
The fuck did I just read? What's a cute? First of all, you dumb fuck, learn how to spell. But secondly, I believe them because Chantel literally said that those screenshots of Sala.
Oh, Creed's me too. I want to grow up and be Calypso from Pirates of the Caribbean. I am really feeling right now this kind of goth Stevie Nicks Faye vibe, and I really want to make some clothes along that line, but it reminds me of what Calypso was wearing. You're scared now what your German ancestors might have done. Yeah, I mean, look, to be fair, I think a lot of people were doing what they needed to survive. I do think that's a fair thing to say. But in my case, because I mentioned the royalty, they were put into general positions. And so generals were usually running certain things that I can't say where people congregated without consent. And that is not good. You think your name comes back to a crest in England? Oh, cool. So you have royalty too, Lola. You think the oldest Norwegian ancestor was a pre-plague general? Wow. Genealogy is fun though, isn't it? My husband's line is cool because it's actually been documented. It's a very, very old family, and they actually have it documented for 1,000 years back to, when documentation wasn't a thing, and he can track all of that. I don't get to have any of that.
Wanting to shit on this girl was real. That's why I believe it. I believe what people say. Duh.
Yeah.
Oh, that poor woman.
Fair enough. But can we go back to the fat camp thing? What do you mean you don't need fat camp?
Yeah, what'd you say?
I don't need it.
Why? In what context do you not need it?
I don't
need Keem to help me lose weight. I don't need...
WTF is Amber crying about? She wants their hosts to be ignorant on what Amber does. Then how can she be held accountable? I guess that's the point. And the thumbnail looks smaller than the birthday bingo photos in the wild.
Oh, I used the birthday bingo
Got
photos
birthday
for one
bingo
of them.
photo stalker bitch.
Wait, is
Yeah,
that
who
what?
do you-
I used
it's
that
a
picture of
stalker
one of
one.
the. I think I used that in the first thumbnail actually, the bingo photo.
There's no fucking way. A paparazzi photo?
It was just what I could find.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Okay,
But listen here.
alright.
What did the stupid person say? Oh yeah, about accountability. Listen, how is one supposed to be accountable for something that isn't true? I will be accountable for anything that is true and that I have done 100%. I am here to do that. But you will not beat me into submission of admitting to things that I have not done. Point blank, period. I stand 10 toes. But anyways, yeah, about a fat camp. Don't need it for any reason.
Well, that was brilliant.
Team needs me to go to get the views, the money, and all that, but I don't need to go. I don't. So
it's kind of in the name.
But you did want to eventually lose weight, right? Or is that not a part of your?
Are you calling me fat? Is he calling me fat?
I'm not. No.
What
Like,
do you say?
He said it's kind of in the name.
I
Are you calling me fat or are you calling me a camp?
No, like it's fat camp in the context that's that we go there to lose weight. And, like I think we could all do is to lose, lose a little bit of weight. That'd be good, right? Like I'm not.
Yes, but I'm doing that on my own. Even if I.
Oh, so you are trying to lose weight? Then it couldn't do anything but help, right?
Yeah, but like I'm not trying to be like all exercisey and like trying to do all this whatever the hell he has. Like, listen, I can't do.
No,
I'm
that how you're
slow. I
supposed to?
waddle like a penguin.
Well, fat camp's gonna help.
She does always claims that she'll be accountable but never does. I think it's because she doesn't know how like I don't think she knows how to be. She said a curse word, what a badass. If they use insults, they already lost the argument. That is so true. That is so true. Your new favorite band? Underground Englishmen's, is it? What genre? My favorite band of all time is Hailstorm. If anybody likes rock, you need to check out Hailstorm. It's got very like Joan Jett vibes, but modern. They can't claim accountability if they excuse everything she does right in their faces. Yeah, absolutely. But this is painful. Do you mind if I skip a bit? Because this is like, we are halfway through. And we've got an hour left of the stream. So I'm gonna skip through a little bit. Let's see what they're doing.
Help you like
hanging out with the skinnies. I'm not exercising. I'm sneaking my food in. I'm getting food first. I'll be first in line.
Amber, when you go to fat camp, it's going to be challenging. Things are going to be tough, but you'll come out a better person.
Yeah, fat camp needs me.
Listen, Amber, I'm on day 5 with no alcohol. All right.
Day 5 and no alcohol. My goodness. Okay. All right. No, we're skipping.
It's not easy. Oh, he's talking about Buzz. He's saying that you're sitting back and you're not being a leader on your show.
Dude, there's 3 people here, and half the time we have to talk about Amber. Yesterday it was Gidgy and Scooter.
She can't lose because Emily will leave. I'm dumb, you are the one who said infamous, pig emoji, pig emoji, pig emoji, who likes to eat at the buffet, who has no idea where Russia is. Mine was a typo, yours is lack of IQ. Scale.
You don't know what Russia is?
No.
Real quick. Sweet tea, listen, I got a plan, all right? I need you to gain 300 pounds and then start a feud with your parents.
Why a feud with my parents?
So you can be the center of attention on Buzz.
If that's what it takes, I'm gonna go the extra mile for you, Keem. I'm ready to tack on some pounds.
Dude, then I've really got my fat just then, and like that's like the dream team there. No, I'm not saying that in a fat phobic way, Amber. That's not what I'm phobic.
Lacey was drunk the other night, and she came on live and said that she would hook up with me, and I was like, I know she was just drunk. I'm fully aware, but I mean,
she is a flirt.
She's cute.
This is.
You're acting weird, bro.
I couldn't find ALR's Instagram.
Am I allowed to say what my Instagram is, or is that against the rules?
Oh no, you can say it.
Jade was involved in, and she threatened to sue Amber if she talked about her. Amber, do you think?
I don't know, my nuggets. I think I am bust out. I really do. I really struggle with this, and I find their conversation incredibly cyclic, and I think we've seen the main event, which was the cancer thing, so if you don't mind, I would like to move to Johnny, if that's cool with everybody. Are they really? I've never seen a fat camp before. Trying not to say low blows. Just say Elsie. Elsie is fine. I think you can type it though. I think I just need to minimize saying it. Because YouTube actually has in their policies that when it comes to bullying, you're not allowed to make any like comparisons to an animal. Specifically, actually, they use a few, literally the ones that Geordie has said and gotten in trouble for are in their policies written there. So, yeah. Okay, so Johnnie is going to be a new channel that I cover. Now, he, as far as I know, does not have any sort of condition like Eugenia. But what he is doing that I find interesting is he suffers quite a lot with mental health, specifically depression and anxiety by the looks of things. There is definitely some arrested development going on, which is what makes it interesting to me. And he does have a little bit of a cycle of, what's the word I'm looking for that I can say? I guess up and down, going backwards and forwards, you know, around and around, that kind of thing. Now, Johnnie Guilbert kind of ran in adjacent circles to Eugenia because he was part of My Digital Escape and, you know, all of those like collab things that people were doing in the 2010s. And he's still active. And as you can see, he has a massive channel, like 3.1 million, and he is a musician, but for the most part he just does, you know, quirky little skits and things like that. Arrested Development is one of your favorite shows. I've never actually watched it, and yet it's my most favorite thing ever. You know him from MySpace. Yeah, he's been around for a long time. He does look a bit like Noel Fielding. To be fair, Noel Fielding was rocking this look before it was cool. Johnnie Guilbert's part of the emo scene that I slightly missed. I'm just a little bit too old for the emo scene. You used to have a big crush on him when, when you were a teen. That's so cute. And Noel Fielding. I still have a crush on Noel Fielding. Like, he's a majestic human being. But at the moment, I don't know much about this girl. She's actually an actress. I think she was on Stranger Things at one point. But people really don't like her. People really don't like their relationship. And it's, I don't know if it's because, you know, a lot of his viewers are way too parasocially invested in him and don't want him to have a love interest, or if she is genuinely horrible. I don't know. Yes, there's Johnnie. I have seen Brian Stars, yeah, and obliquely he will come in here. Noel on the Great British Bake Off made you so happy. Same. I love his sense of humor. No, not Millie Bobby Brown. No, she was like a side character. Her first name's Grace. I can't think of her last name at present. This will be the first time you've heard or seen anything about this guy. Well, because Eugenia is a gateway substance frequently, I actually first came across him on her last public outing, which was in 2023. Just think about that for a second. 2023, she went to a birthday party. And I didn't like this at the time, but on the left there, that's Sloan. I used to watch him at this time. I don't anymore. But he had actually just done, this guy here, he had just done a series of very critical videos on Eugenia, and then they're like powling it up at this birthday party like multiple times. I just find it so fake. She has a similar dynamic with Rich Lux. I find it so weird. Like, these people speak about her, but then she'll claim them as friends. His viewers are obsessive. But you don't think he's haven't had any controversy with fans? No, I don't think so either. He did hang out with Tara Yummy. She was dating his best friend. This guy here. I don't think they're dating anymore. But yeah, they were a little trio for a time. Said no to leg day. Sloan sold out hard. Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of fell off his content. He wasn't for me any longer. But yeah, so this is where he kind of first came on my radar, and people were upset that he was hanging out with Eugenia at that party, although it was a single photo, but like, you know how people are online. But what, I have too many things open. What I did find, Johnny is a little bit annoying because he has a tendency to delete things. Like any part of his history that he doesn't feel is flattering him or feel like it's reflecting his current self, he tends to just remove it off the face of the internet. And the Wayback Machine only does so much, but particularly during a particular girlfriend stage, he deleted a lot of those videos. I can get some of them, but not all. Sorry, I'm just trying to find them. All of these grey ones have been privated. So yeah, we can't see those. But one of them was actually a video to Eugenia. Johnny's okay, he's just a little cringe. Yeah, I think these days, because I know that a lot of us here are millennials and Gen Z, but I think at this point he's probably looking a little bit old-fashioned because he's never moved on from the emo thing. Not saying that he should, but I think there's that cringe now where he's old-fashioned in a way. Cringe or immature doesn't bother you if you don't hurt anyone. Exactly. And the only person he really hurts is himself, to be honest. Now, I am not up to date. Yeah, see all of this? This is all with that ex-girlfriend. So she's just wiped off the channel at this point. So, yeah, but one of those was a literal video to Eugenia. And I can't find that, but a certain channel that I really don't like to support has part of it. So yeah, I thought we could watch this and then you can kind of get a vibe and then we'll look at more Johnny stuff. No problem, Kenda. No problem. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, you've deleted stuff because of BPD. And I personally, my standard would be that I know that things don't always age well. I know that we're not always the person in the past that we would like to be now. But in a sense, if I'm able to look back on myself and cringe, that shows growth, and so that is a good thing, right? Even if people can still look at it and go, oh my gosh, at least I can say, yes, but look at what I was, and now look at who I am today. And I know that it's really difficult when it comes to people like Eugenia and like Johnny who have been online forever, because that forever entails also their teenagehood, and I don't know how I would feel about my teenagehood being online. But yeah, I don't know. I don't like deleting videos, is my point. You think goth would suit him better? It's timeless and also all black wear. If he's from MySpace, methinks that sideswept bang is to hide an adult hairline. Maybe, but he's always had that. I think it might be just the style. Yeah, that was his first girlfriend, I think. Because they were in a collab channel together, I believe. I think it was My Digital Escape. I don't know. There's a lot of history there, so you can see why I would find it interesting to look at, because I can really go back and do those historical deep dives like I do with Eugenia, and I enjoy doing that. Goth requires efforts beyond emotional pounds. Yes. And Creed's, like, I feel like, because I was a goth in the 90s, not like the white face paint kind of goth, but like I was definitely in the scene. And we were looking at emos at the time and thinking, you're just doing this with no enthusiasm. It's kind of the difference between goth and emo. It can feel embarrassing coming back to seeing a time when you were having severe mental health troubles. Yeah. And that could be the case with Johnny, but it also does, you know, like removing a complete like ex-partner from your channel also comes off as cleansing history a little bit. And I don't know. I did witness, because I was watching Brad Mondo and he found one of Johnny's old videos where the girlfriend was doing his hair, and that actually sparked Johnny to delete a whole bunch of videos, which he's now put up again. So it's very like cyclic in that way. So I'm gonna have to try and grab as many as I can just so I've got the backlog. You were a Hot Topic goth. That's so cool. I just made my own clothes. I didn't, buy stuff. Don't forget Scene Kids. You were one of those. So cute. You're still an emo at heart. That's okay. You can be. Yeah, I actually used to... Sorry, I was just reading Emo loves colors still. Goth is really darker in terms of style. It's funny because when I used to do the scene, I would always wear like black, obviously, but I would pick one really bold jewel color to feature like hot pink or emerald green or something. So there's just one very vibrant color in the mix. So I don't know. I think you can goth in multiple ways. It's all correct. None of it's wrong. So let's watch this video. It's not very long. It is on the Love Eugenia Cooney channel, which I've made my thoughts about pretty clear, but this doesn't exist anywhere else as far as I know, and this was before they were doing the AI stuff.
Months, Philip? That's crazy. Thank you.
I hope you're having a good day.
Thanks, Pumpkin Spice Latte. Thanks for the bits. I did see Johnny's video about me, guys.
People do care about you and know that you're a sweet person and a very nice person, and you help a lot of people, but the one person you haven't been able to help is yourself. And it's really shitty to see. It's really awful to see, and it's to the point where I don't even know if I can like a video of yours or like a photo, because I don't know if that's supporting what you're going through. This isn't about you as a person, but the eating disorder stuff is extremely sad to watch, and I really want you to get better. We all do, I think, and you don't deserve this. Whatever you have in your head that's telling you that you deserve to be putting yourself through this stuff is a complete lie.
You know, I really appreciate him, like, caring about me a lot and being, like, really nice in his video and, you know, trying to come at things in, like, a more positive way than I feel like sometimes a lot of people will come out on their videos. So, yeah, you know, I appreciate, again,
So this was 4 years ago when he's doing that. And like I say, that video is deleted now. The link is still there, but the video's not there. So yeah, interesting that one's deleted too. But that was calling it, you know, 4 years ago. It's still a couple of years after the rehab thing, but such an edge voice, you guys. His body language makes him so small, like a baby bird. That is a really good, yeah, he does that a lot. Avril Lavigne causing you to wear ties. Okay, Lola, when I was 13, we had a school dance, and I guess because of probably Britney Spears' influence, my group of friends and I decided it would be super fun if we dressed up in the boys' school uniforms and went to the dance. So we were wearing ties before it was cool, okay? Time to listen to My Chemical Romance. Do you know I've never actually listened to, like, I listened to Black Veil Brides and The Pretty Reckless. I really like The Pretty Reckless, but yeah, I never got into My Chemical Romance. I've never even listened, like, to their stuff to see if I like it. He cured her with his wisdom. If only. If only. So that's kind of where I discovered this crossover, and I started looking into Johnnie in particular, because he does these videos from time to time where it's not like this silly stuff, but he's actually talking about his mental health. And actually, it's probably, yeah, so things like this, it's in his most popular videos. Avril, yes. It was, King, it was truly a golden era of music, wasn't it? I stream once a week, Sweet Disaster. It's like, this time every week. And I go for 2 to 3 hours, basically. Love that you had a friend group to do that with. Yeah, but Lola, don't get too smitten with it. Mean Girls was absolutely based on our dynamic. It was horrible. We were awful to each other. You were all about 3 Days Grace. Oh, I like some of their songs, yeah, and Panic at the Disco. He'll be fun to analyze. Yes, there's a lot here, a lot. And this kind of friendship that he's got is also interesting. And they're living this rock star lifestyle, right? So it's like, think very Motley Crue inspired stuff. Maybe not quite as extreme as Motley Crue. You're Gen X, so you shouldn't know all this stuff. It's fun though. Perfect supplement to Geordie's no Thursday streams. Is he playing World of Warcraft on Thursdays again? That is good timing, actually. I was trying to work around him for a time, but then he stopped playing WoW and started streaming on Thursdays, and that messed me over. There's Tara Yummy. She features a lot, so she dressed him up as a Barbie girl, which cross-dressing features quite a bit. He's open to that. That's unfortunate you were in that group unknowingly. Such a naive girl. It's just, I don't know, teenage girls can be so mean to each other. It's horrible. I look back on that era of my life and just think I can't believe that I allowed the influence to override my better judgment, but I do suppose to a point that's being a teenage girl. But you're way too acquainted with Gen Z slang Darkwick games. I had a funny conversation with my husband the other day. I was talking about a particular like short that I was watching. This woman that basically reads people for filth, and I used the term, you know, that woman that reads people for filth, and he's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, it's a saying. You've never heard this before? And he goes, no, I'm not down with alpha slang. I'm like, it's not. You might say it's younger millennial tops, but it's definitely a millennial saying. How have you never heard this? How is this not a thing? And he looked it up, and it's like RuPaul coined it back way back in the day. Like, my dude. We did. I think the 90s, particularly the late 90s, could be made, like a solid argument could be made that they were the best years. Because there was still an innocence. It was prior to 9/11, and it was, you know, we were still doing a lot of eco-awareness and things like that. You know, everything was about being green. It was a great time. Slay, baby girl T, baddie. Are you a goth baddie? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna cringe. I'm going to cringe. So what I was looking for. But yeah, he does some music. There's music videos in amongst this too. I don't want to listen to them because I have no doubt they're probably copyright protected, but you can go listen to them in your off time if you're interested. It's not probably what you think it's going to be. It's a lot softer than it looks like it's going to be. You feel so ignorant. Did 9/11 affect in Australia? That's not ignorant at all, because I think it makes sense that it happened in one country. Did it affect others? It absolutely did. It changed a lot of things. Australia, especially at that time, was very heavily influenced by US culture. And I remember in the 90s, it was actually so cool to be like the US that people would adopt, like, you know, Paris Hilton kind of accents, the Valley Girl stuff. And so whenever a large movement happens in America, usually Australia will follow suit shortly after. So for example, although in my opinion this is a good example, it's not always, when the US legalized gay marriage, then Australia also legalized gay marriage. So it just seems to be a pattern. When America does something, Australia does it too. It's a little bit lame, to be perfectly honest with you. I would like to have our own identity. I cannot do a Valley Girl accent. I'm not good at accents. But yeah. Sorry, I was just reading messages. I am looking for, because we don't have a lot of time left, looking for something that is quintessentially, let's do one with Jake. Jake is his new BFF, and it seems like his life did start to turn around a bit when Jake entered the scene. You hope that doesn't happen now, the Australia copying America. We very, very nearly had somebody elected in that would have copied everything. We just got out of it, but even so, you know, I don't know. The culture's still there. It's less than it was in the 90s, but it's absolutely still there. It is kind of lame, but don't worry, Americans do that too. There's a whole genre of meme about how annoying we are coming back from European vacations. I don't know LSP or Muscle Man. I don't know. I'm really fussy with cartoons though, to be perfectly honest. All right. Let us... Oh, I don't want to watch them eating. Let's watch them have fun together. This is only a year old. I think I've actually seen this one. And I will be back very quickly. Not long at all.
Today we are at the dollar store and we're going to be looking at the Valentine's Day items.
And who we're going to give them to?
I think we should just give them to each other, right? Because we have no one to give it to. No?
I might get a Valentine. I'm gonna leave you stranded.
No, don't. That's scary. I'm gonna have one too then. Maybe 3. Maybe 4.
But they have to say yes, like to be your Valentine.
Why would they not say yes? Alright, let's have a look-see at the treats here and all the love and you just feel love.
Everything's $1, so I mean, is it good?
It's actually $1 plus tax. Plus shipping and handling.
Oh, actually, no, it's $1.50 now. That's crazy.
I feel like, I just feel the love in the air. I smell a lot of love. Nope, that's cigarettes, actually.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah. Oh shit, I like your TikTok, bro. Nice to meet you. You're a singer, huh?
Singer? Yeah.
Singer.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know what band, but I don't know the name to it.
Black Veil Brides. I could sing a song for you if you'd like.
My sister.
In the end.
What is that, Tim McGraw?
He works here, which means we won't get kicked out.
That's what you were thinking? Dude, I was thinking you got a Valentine right there.
I'm gonna crawl to them. Alright, let's have a look-see at this stuff.
Get a basket, you fucking idiot.
DIY basket. Oh, I forgot to tell them. I got my nipples pierced. Now show yours. Just kidding. No.
Could you imagine if I flicked it?
If you did
Dude,
that, I would have to euthanize.
Worst piercing ever. It hurt so bad.
Yeah, this is kind of the dynamic between these two. Hey, we just hit 100. Oh, sorry. No, 1,000 messages. That's impressive. He probably did just smell him. I didn't see it, but that sounds right. Yes, the mullets should have stayed in the 1980s and never made a return. But yes. Cringe. Did I miss the best part again? Which bit? I'm so sorry. My bladder is inconvenient. Skinny jeans. Yeah, no, they like have not moved on from this. Actually, I'm interested to know how old is Johnny at the moment. Famous birthdays. Born in 97. Elder Gen Z. Are you trolling? You got me though. Yeah, so well, he's 29 this year, so he was 27-ish when this was being made, which, you know, it's kind of borderline for this sort of behavior. I'm not going to say that, whoops, we weren't doing the same sort of thing, but Noel can have a mullet. Could have gone all your life without seeing his piercings. But how would you have known that you could have gone all your life without seeing his piercings until you saw his piercings? You're fine, RBL. Don't worry about it. But are we thinking, though, that, you know, at the point of being... he's nearly 30. And we're still doing the emo thing. We've still committed to that bit. But at least at this point, I believe now he's actually moved in with his girlfriend. So at least, you know, there's some sort of actual development happening towards adult life. But up until that point, it's kind of been a stasis. And I believe that this seems to be all because of his overwhelming depression that he can't get past. I think there's some parental trauma there. We will find out together because I haven't really dug into his past properly. And there's definitely, like, you can see there's a lot of anxiety there. 28, you thought... No, he was on MySpace. I'm pretty sure he was. He just would have been quite young. Darkwick, you thought he would have been Jeffree Star's age. Not horrible then. I'm Jeffree Star's age. I was born in the same year. But I don't look like I'm still on MySpace, so... Most skinnies have stretch in the fabric, so yeah, it doesn't cut off circulation. Horribly now, these days, it's actually difficult to find men's jeans without the spandex in them. The hate his girlfriend gets is only because they act cringe together, and you think people are just mean. Maybe. I think I saw something. I think they're quite cute together, personally, but...
Yeah, when I did it to him, I didn't know, like, what I was doing. Here. Get one?
Thanks. Oh, you want one too? Okay. We're both shopping. Come on, dude.
I'm shopping. This is my shopping walk. It's kind of serving. Oh, wait, I can't say that word on YouTube. It's serving,
So Jeffrey's not allowed to be 40, but I'm definitely allowed to be 40. Got it. Yeah, they are a bit. Like, the dynamic, I don't know, the way they look at each other, I kind of think it's cute. They're very different because although on his page, you know, she's all dressed up in the goth look, she's actually like the opposite of goth. And so to see them together, it's a bit cute. You're sure I look as young as I am, kind? Oh, thank you, Darkwick. People do say I do look younger than 40. I don't have kids, I don't drink, I don't smoke, and I don't go in the sun very often, so the skin doesn't look like 40, but yeah. It doesn't matter though, like, age is a gift that not everybody gets, and I will wear it with pride. I currently have a high score.
Lump. I don't know. All right, what do we got here?
Hugs and kisses. You know, I don't believe in love.
Why would you say that in front of me?
I think the longer that you're around someone, the more feelings you lose.
I'll just try and find one with he and his girlfriend.
At the end of the day, you know, you really like someone, then it just slowly dwindles.
I thought I was the emo one.
Love is dead.
Love is dead.
Unless someone's willing to change my mind, ladies.
I think this is manipulation. I think he's trying to trick people.
It's called.
Sorry, I was muted. So the girlfriend's name is Grace Van Dien. So she is actually an actress. I think she might be a Nepo baby too. He has a Donnie Darko tattoo on his hand. Oh, I didn't notice that. As long as you're healthy and happy with how you look, that's all that matters. That's it, Ian. You absolutely refuse to age with shame. I agree. And I think that there's a lot of pressure, particularly on women, to make their skin not look like skin anymore. And I love, like, you know, Jamie Lee Curtis. She has aged with such grace and such humor about it. And I think she should be an absolute icon that women look up to, and I plan on aging gracefully. Whether that looks good culturally or not, I don't really give a cluck. You never thought love was real until you met your husband. Oh, that's so adorable. I was kind of the same, to be honest, Lola. Is this person good? I've never watched. Should we watch this? Are they good? You're in your 30s and mistaken for a 12-year-old kid once. Oh, is that the bad kind though? Pretty sure he used to live with the girlfriend he used to date. Yes, I think so. Yeah. As far as I know, it kind of sounds like his depression got between the two of them. Oh, yes, we can absolutely give a shout out to Pamela Anderson, because that woman was the absolute epitome of cake the foundation on your face and look as fake as possible. And she is a beautiful woman. And I love that she gets on the red carpet with no makeup on, and she's just, yeah. He's good. He's all right. All right, let's watch this. We won't get all the way
Johnnie
through
Guilbert
it, but
has recently
we'll
come
see
under
how
fire
far we
for
get.
what many people are calling a grossly inappropriate relationship with Stranger Things star Grace Van Dien. But how much is there to what all these critics are actually saying? Well, that's what I'm here to try and figure out, with all of you, obviously. So be sure to subscribe to the channel, because if you don't, just a heads up, I will know if you're watching this video and you didn't subscribe. And if you are the poor soul who makes that decision, then you will end up regretting it. I won't go into any specifics, but believe me, I'll know who you are. Is that too much for a sub push? Whatever. Anyway, Johnnie Guilbert is a singer-songwriter turned YouTuber.
We don't need a recap. Let's jump to the drama.
Your nose get me in the eye.
Yeah. I love when it does that. It's so cute.
H-O-T-T.
Wait, I'm not that fast.
O-G-O. You can take me high to go.
Right?
I don't actually know.
Now here's what I will say off the bat. I'm not too sure what my opinions will be because I've not seen everything in great detail yet, but I will say that no matter where this goes, no matter what my final verdict is, at the very least, this is very hard to watch for me. It is not the type of content that I would typically be a fan of. When I go on the...
Was that hard to watch for anyone? I thought it was cute. I don't know. Look, I'm a bit of a romantic at heart. I love watching people in love. I think it's so pure, and I think it's one of the greatest things that we can experience as humans. I don't find it hard to watch. I don't, but tell me what you think. Did you really just... Wow, what a coincidence. You just ran across it. That's why people don't like her, because of the baby talk? Yeah, there's definitely Arrested Development happening around Johnny. I don't know about Grace, but maybe. Yeah. Brought back memories of seeing other videos from them. Yeah, to be fair though, like, that video would have been fairly early in their dating. Like, this is what people are like when they're new. But yeah, let's keep going.
The internet, I do not search out for this type of content, and judging from the audience's reaction, that same thing can be said for many people as well. I mean, the caption on this very TikTok is, "This shit is PMO, keep this shit to yourself because you're acting like 5-year-olds, it's giving age regression kink shit, and before anyone says then scroll, I literally can't, they are everywhere." What a scary situation this TikTok is in, by the way, and so eloquently put. Everywhere he goes, their faces are just plastered on the walls, in the bath, he can't escape them. If it's troubling you so much, maybe just, I don't know, put your phone down, go on a walk for about an hour. It does wonders for the mind, truly. Now, some people do enjoy the relationship, I guess. There's one commenter here saying they're so cute. However, to caveat all that, they have been swarmed with 5 replies basically making fun of them. I feel for that girl well and truly, although she did get...
One thing I will say, though, is that prior to Grace stepping on the scene, there was, like, a lot of thirst trap kind of stuff going on, and I really feel like there are a lot of parasocial romantic relationships happening in his audience. No, I don't think he has ever engaged with it. That's like, I think it's separate to him, but I think that that's kind of the community that has been fostered. And so then this very beautiful girl steps on the scene. And again, I might change my tune about this if I go digging and discover she's horrendous, but I do think there's an element of this very beautiful, very talented girl stepping on the scene, fully capturing Johnny's heart, where he hadn't dated for years before this and said he was never going to. And I think that might be a little bit of the backlash going on. You think there's a big difference between age play and age regression? You've only ever seen a few of their videos together, so that's interesting. That might be another thing that I can go digging into and see what's going on there. Because on the surface of it, it just kind of looks like 2 people enjoying each other. But is there something more sinister behind it? I don't know. Yet. Yeah, you think his depression was a big reason for the breakup, but also she didn't seem to enjoy being on video by the end. Yeah, she did, and she deleted it. It could have been, yeah. I mean, people frequently grow apart in relationships, especially when they're long-term and especially when they're young. It's normal to grow, and sometimes you don't always grow in a way that you still like each other. Also, baiting with the same sex things, it was weird. People are weird. I don't know, French. I think parasocial relationships can get very complicated, and I think there is sometimes a sense of ownership over the person, like looking at them and it's going, oh, but you would be so much happier with me. If you just knew who I was and we could be in a relationship, then you would be happier with me. I think there might be that aspect going on. Just a feeling. He does talk about it from time to time, but he from what I have seen, has never necessarily engaged with it. It's fine to see him happy, but again, it's just like, what is the intention with the filming? It's weird. Maybe he was doing it to try and send the message to his parasocial followers to say, like, back off, I am really into this and this is long term and it's not going anywhere. I don't know. It was a big thing with emo guys that did those baiting type content. Yeah. It leads people to think that they know the person in a certain way that they don't. Because the reality is that it doesn't matter who you're watching, and this is me included, you get an aspect of the person, and sometimes not even an aspect when we're looking at people like Rachel where it's fully faked, but you're getting of me a mood, I guess, more than anything, where we sit down and we talk about this stuff together and we have some fun. But it doesn't represent 100% of my life. Does that make sense? And so I think people can't, when they get deep into the parasocial, they can't differentiate that. It's like, yeah, we're fun to watch, we're fun to hang out with or whatever, but it's still entertainment in a way. Thing is, if she didn't like it and he kept doing it, the issue was boundaries. True. Maybe she does like it.
39 sweet upvotes, so fair play. This comment thread is actually a good example of what people's problems are with this relationship. There's a lot of talk about age regression and age play, which are two very different things. A lot of people are conflating the two.
Oh, cool.
We'll talk about that later, but first we'll read some of these comments. Just shut up and let them live. Their life, literally no one thought it was age play until you want to make it seem that way. Just ignore it and block them if it bothers you that much, and if it does shake my head. So there you go, that's one opinion. A lot of people are saying, just fucking leave them alone. It's their relationship, they can do what they want. People have responded to that comment being like, I love them, but let's be real, it's definitely age play and they have some sort of kink for baby voices. I think that is extremely unfair, and if that's an opinion that a lot of people hold, then you've probably never been in a relationship before, because baby voices are so fucking common in relationships. Now, fair enough, it's not common to do it as publicly as these two people are doing it. Genuinely, that is a little bit weird. Like, that has just popped into my head. That is strange, because usually people in relationships don't even fucking do it around, like, their friends who they're close with, because that is way too PDA for a lot of people. For me included, if I was with, you know, two friends who were in a relationship and they started doing that shit, I would be very uncomfortable, and I'd probably tell them to get a fucking grip. And if they did it...
Yeah, yeah. My husband and I don't do cutesy things in front of people, but we are best friends. We have a lot of fun together. Baby talk is not included, though. I will say that. But that can be right for some relationships too. So it's, I don't know. What's right for one is not right for another, so long as the two people that are in the relationship are both getting something out of it and enjoying it. That's the big part of this. A long time ago, you saw about how he started on YouTube, and his parents seemed to be like, whatever you wanted, we supported, as long as you weren't self-harmy anymore. Because his depression was brutal as a teenager. Right. You saw that too. She okayed him to stay with the guy who started My Digital Escape. And was that problematic? Like, was that a little bit predatory? This isn't Brian Stars, is it, that we're talking about? Because that is an issue, if that's who we're talking about. Baby talk is normal at your house? Cute. But not when you have company over. Yeah, the video that we just saw is absolutely early in their relationship. Like, for sure, honeymoon period. And people get weird when they first, you know, fall in love with each other. I think everybody is weird at that point. Yeah, exactly. As long as nobody is getting hurt, consenting adults and all that, it's fine. Live and let live. I don't really care. And if you don't like to view that kind of content, that's fine. I will say that by Johnnie putting that on his social media, and this wasn't on a personal account, this was on his actual, like, social media account, that is a very big brand change, like a very big brand change. And so you've got to expect some backlash from that. And potentially that's not even fair on Grace to have done, because that's then inviting a lot of hate towards her as well. It was Brian Stars. Oh, I'm going to make a note of that because that's going to get very interesting. That's very like, not R. Kelly, P. Diddy with Justin Bieber, right? You and your last partner had monster speak. Growling into each other's necks. Oh my gosh. That is adorable. I love that. You feel like a lot of the excessive baby talking is because they're not terribly comfortable with communication. That could be it too. Yeah, but there was more with Brian Stars than just the financial stuff. There was bad stuff. You think all their weirdisms in the relationship are totally normal. We all definitely do weird, cute stuff, but what do you get out of sharing it online? Yeah, other than broadcasting to the world, I am now taken, I think, is probably the point. I wouldn't post, like, my husband and I doing this kind of thing, but that's us. Yeah, I feel like he was probably trying to communicate something, or the alternative potentially, and probably where a lot of people are leaning, is Grace trying to communicate stuff. Is that kind of a marking territory kind of angle? I don't know. We will find out though, my nuggets, we will.
The second time, I would pick up whatever object was around me that was above 5 kilograms and I'd throw it at the bloke's fucking face. Not the girls, just to be clear, before anyone cancels me. Just the bloke. If it's a lesbian relationship, I'll bang it on my own head to put myself out of my misery. Johnny probably has age regression because he got groomed when he was younger, and if likely, if you get groomed at a young age, the way to cope is age regression. I think that's just incredibly presumptuous, unless he's been public about that sort of thing in the past and has told people about, I don't know.
It is presumptuous, but it is also possible if it happened. That can absolutely cause arrested development. If it's a secure relationship, it shouldn't need to be broadcasted like that. Yeah, that's fair. But what if it's new, though? You know, they're excited about it and they want to tell the world that they found each other and it's super cute and I don't know. But yeah, it is odd to be on his, like, essentially his business social media, right? Like, it's just such a brand flip. It's the same as Amber going to Bus. It's a change in brand, and that's the issue. People who vlog often show stuff you would never, but they seem to blur the line of what privacy means in their mind. Yeah, they do. I agree with that. Yeah.
Now, I just think that this is a big assumption. I don't think it's fair to say something like that in public. I've had people make assumptions about me like that in the comments as though I won't see it, thinking that they know me. Like, you don't fucking know me. Don't assume things that huge about me. It's weird. That is weird. Having speculation about yourself on the internet by people like this who think that they know your entire history based on one wee action is strange. I'm sorry, but from the very photo of this horrendous girl, I've hated her. Not gonna lie, she looks like a fucking alien and the way she acts is worse. Okay, so that's a good example of a lot of people in this whole situation just being pricks about it. Like, for as much as there might be people talking about, you know, fair criticisms, making genuine conversations.
You and me both, Abiel.
Out of the whole thing, there are a large group of people who will undoubtedly just be fucking arseholes. Let's try to keep all that side of the discussion out of this video as much as possible. I will not let that taint my opinions, don't you worry. But anyway, before we move on, I think it's important to define age play versus age regression, because those are two very different terms. So from what I understand, age play is the term for consenting adults who roleplay in some way pertaining to age. Sometimes this is infantilism, which is adults acting as babies. There are all ages. This can also include schoolgirl or schoolboy with headmasters or headmistress, and every conceivable age in between.
Now, I will say this again, because I have said this in a previous live when this came up. Why does this come up around the people that I cover? I am personally not in any of these, like, alternative communities, if you get what I'm saying. I'm trying to dance around language here, so hopefully you get what I'm putting down. Vanilla, I suppose, would be the term, but I have had a lot of friends who have been in a lot of different communities. I've even been to a collaring ceremony, and I find that a vast proportion of the people that dabble in these sorts of communities are very responsible, very respectful, and conduct themselves in a way that is not going to be harmful to themselves or to their partner or partners. But does this kind of thing that is on the screen right now kind of open the door for people with other kind of predilections that may be harmful to some? Absolutely, they can masquerade in these a lot easier, for sure. But that doesn't mean that even if this does apply to Johnny and Grace, it doesn't mean that it's not being done in a good way. Does that make sense? I'm just catching up. Chucking, dancing around the language. Yeah, I think you guys you're picking up what I'm putting down. Yeah. Your partner is way more on the up and up with various communities. Yeah. You used to have a FetLife account, and you agree for the most part, they're really kind, compassionate, emotionally aware people. For the most part, absolutely they are. And the collaring ceremony I went to was actually between a really lovely couple, and it was, although from a very standard sort of life that seems odd, it was done in such a nice way, and it's consenting adults, and you're like, well, does it matter? You see infantilism as degradation, but if they like it, exactly, and that's the point. Those people either don't see it or interpret it that way, or it has a different sensation. Like, for example, have you ever considered why some people really like roller coasters and some people don't? Some people interpret the sensation of what the diaphragm does when you hit G-forces, basically, as a pleasurable sensation, so they enjoy the rush of going on roller coasters. If you're like me, that sensation makes me feel incredibly out of control, and I hate it to my very core, and I really hate roller coasters. It is actually the same function, and it's the same sensation being interpreted in different ways, if that makes sense. You must be a responsible chuckin' and head to bed. No problem, Morphe. You're not going to miss too much. We're going to be wrapping up soon anyway, but sleep well. Thank you so much for coming in. So, yeah, it's a complicated thing, is my point. And it all comes down to, is this okay? Well, it depends. You love roller coasters. You are interpreting that sensation differently to me. It's actually also a little bit like, have any of you tried Vegemite from Australia? Australians are going to know. But Vegemite has a very salty, very bitter kind of difficult to describe taste. And instinctively, they've actually found that babies don't like the taste of Vegemite. But what happens is they are fed, a Vegemite sandwich, and the parents are there going, yummy, yes. And so they're getting positive affirmations surrounding the Vegemite. So then the perception of the taste of Vegemite is, oh, it's good, it's yummy, it's good, and typically when you try it as an adult, it's a little bit more of a hit, and you need to go, I don't know if I like this or not, let me try it. But it's that interpretation of sensations. Unfortunately, you had an experience with someone horrific who normalized and G-worded certain things, and it screwed you up. You're happy with your vanilla life, yeah. And Lola, it's the downside that bad people like that can masquerade in these sorts of communities. But I suppose we could say that about anything, to be honest, but I'm sorry that happened. Pure umami. Yes, umami would be the right way to say it. You dislike Vegemite. So you tried it as an adult. King, I could not possibly describe it. See if you can import some and see if you like it. It's not everybody's cup of tea. But if you're an Aussie, you probably grew up on it as a child, and so you've associated that you do like it. A little bit like soy sauce, but not as sharp, not quite as salty. So, you eat Vegemite either on a sandwich or on toast, and usually what international people do wrong is that they spread it like Nutella, and really it should be very sparing, very like thin, slight taste to it, because it's very strong. Basically, a jar of Vegemite you get allocated as a child, and it will last you your entire life.
Between. Consensuality is key. And let me stress again, this is adults. It has nothing whatsoever to do with anyone under the age of consenting adults. Now, as much as I appreciate the emphasis on this having nothing to do with actual children, there is no doubt, I'm not calling it a bad thing, I'm not calling it an evil thing, I'm not saying that if you engage in this type of activity, that makes you a necessarily bad person, but I am saying that it is strange.
I'm just gonna skip a bit more because we're running out of time.
It's not normal. Like, most people do not behave in that sort of manner. Now, age regression, on the other hand...
Want to see the tattoo? I gotta get more on this fucking arm.
Like, a disgrace to the internet, a disgrace to society. This should never be happening. I don't think they should be cancelled for it. But I do think it's cringe.
That pumpkin candy stuck in my fingernails and I'm going to hurt somebody.
There, it's gonna kill us for that one.
Please, just finish this, please.
Oh, you got a little... Yeah, this happens.
I look like a ghost.
Oh, I haven't seen that. Okay. If I were in a relationship with her, that would drive me absolutely mad, but that's just me. And if he likes it, that's fine. But that is a lot, isn't it? Like the...
Oh, baby. Locked.
Watching those clips in, like, succession, some of the clips seem a lot weirder than the other ones. You know what it is? Because there's no, like, you can't diagnose something as cringe or weird or uncomfortable. So a lot of it sort of comes down to whether or not it passes the vibe check. And I know some people will fucking cringe at just me saying the words vibe check, but it is truly the most appropriate.
Yeah, see, because we don't see behind the scenes, right? That could be an in-joke with them. But see, if it's an in-joke, do you want to be putting it on the internet because nobody else has context? If it is a lot, it is a lot. It's something. It's interesting. Is it harmful though? I don't know.
Appropriate phrase I can use to coin what is going on in this situation. Some people think that this passes the vibe check, there's nothing weird about it, and some people don't. But I will say, the reaction that this has gotten, because millions of people are talking about this shit, fuck me, you are a bit overdramatic, isn't it? I haven't seen it all, to be fair, but based on just that, I don't know, man. It's been blown way out of proportion, in my opinion. I'm sure you can find endless clips of couples on YouTube, well-liked couples on YouTube, having wee moments doing, like, weird baby voices or whatever, and they don't get any shit. You definitely don't get any people talking about, ooh, age regression, ooh, age play. Maybe the reason that these people are getting a lot of shtick is because their relationship statuses and their relationship histories in the past.
They could be rage baiting for sure. They could be. It's harming your IQ. Is it really? Is this worse than what we were watching earlier? That's true, Keck. Sometimes that is the fun of an in-joke. I don't have a problem with them doing it in their relationship. I wouldn't do it in my relationship, but that's okay. You know, we don't have to be with those people. But yeah, rage baiting, absolutely possible, because remember, at the end of the day, Johnnie Guilbert is an internet personality. His income is all from the internet, and so it does benefit him to stay relevant in whatever way that is.
have been so muddy and messy. Or maybe people just don't like them for whatever reason. I can't say for sure. I'm not deep into Johnnie Guilbert lore, and I'm not even really that big a fan of Stranger Things, to be honest with you, so who knows, really.
First bonging getting stuck in my fingernails and I'm going to hurt somebody.
The internet's gonna kill us for that one.
I don't know, man. That's kind of funny. That's kind of funny. Because now I'm thinking all these clips I've seen are a lot more uncomfortable because there's no reaction from anyone else acknowledging how cringe it is. So it seems like a completely normal thing that I have to sit here and call cringy. But when there's a bit of a delay there and they're just sort of looking at each other and Johnny pipes in with a one-liner talking about, fucking hell, mate, you need to pipe down, or something along those lines, the whole thing is a lot more palatable to me. Because I don't know, man, there's something humorous about it. Like, it's almost funny now. Interestingly, something I just found out as well was that another one of Johnny's previous girlfriends, an ex-girlfriend of his, Alex, was also using the baby voice just as publicly as Grace was in the videos that
Oh, that's interesting. That is interesting.
She was in with him, and nobody gave her any shit at any point.
And we're gonna read the comments now.
So you can tell these are
So does Johnny have a type? That's okay, we all have types. That's fine.
old videos from the unnecessary 8-bit retro music in the background.
Pants. Got put on
But
skirt.
I think... What are you doing?
No, I'm not.
Now, maybe this is a bit of a false equivalence. I will put that out there because this was a while ago when My Digital Escape was like a big thing. This was in that era. This is in that era where the collab...
Yeah, and like lol speak was a thing, and you know, like Ken Has Cheeseburger and things like that. And also they were a lot younger, like a lot younger at that point. Johnny has this joke. Yeah, he does a joke of acting like a gremlin and making dumb voices. So maybe that's just their sense of humor. Yeah, because like relationships do develop a culture. So perhaps, yeah, that's his little bit of culture that he brings to the relationship. And the thing is, when we're looking at the dynamics between he and Alex, his first girlfriend, and then he and Grace, we've got Johnny as the common denominator. We're not seeing Grace with her exes or Alex with her exes and seeing what they bring to the table. Yeah. Yeah, I do have to admit my husband and I did used to do the lolcat speak to each other back in the day. Because we got together really when that was very popular. Sounds like he just never grew out of it. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, raw. Means I love you in dinosaur. I'm old. Oh, I don't cringe. What happens when one begins to develop more than the other maturity-wise? Well, I can tell you that my husband and I both have changed a great deal since we got together. We were quite young when we got together. Not super, super young, but young enough that, I don't know, some people thought it was weird that we were getting married. So we've grown a lot as people independently at different times, and fortunately we still love each other and we still really like who we've both grown into. But it didn't happen at exactly the same time. So I suppose the answer to that question is, when you love someone and when you have committed yourself to somebody, you give them the space to grow and you respect that, and you keep the dialogue open and kind of just acknowledge that you're both going to do it together but at different times, if that makes sense. So my husband and I have been together 16 years. No, we've been together 18 years? That can't be right. Hang on, I'm mathing. It is. Can you tell we don't really do anniversaries? So there's a lot of growth that has happened in that time, and that's how it works. But it requires a lot of trust and a lot of communication. Oh, same. He's your high school sweetheart. Followed you into the military, and it made you grow together. Yeah, it just does. I'm still doubting whether my math was right. Yeah, no, my math is right. 18 years. Man. Yeah, that's impressive, is it not? And we are polar opposites of the people that we were when we met. So, My relationship as a whole adult. My relationship can vote now. Your girlfriend and you have been together for 8 years at the end of the month. Oh, congratulations. And that was since you were 19 and 20. Yeah, we were in our early 20s. I'm a little bit older, yes. His mother did not like that. Not much older. Not so much older that it's weird now, but it was a little weird then. Oh, thank you, RVL. Yeah, please like the stream if you haven't already. That would be so amazing, because we're about to finish up here, but let's just watch a bit more.
Collaborative group channel was thriving, which needless to say, it's not anymore. It's been inactive for years now. But the My Digital Escape fan base was a little culty. They were die hard. It's not like a normal YouTube group channel that we see nowadays. And we also need to remember that that era of the internet was fucking insane. There were more pressing issues, more pressing words and phrases being used than a mere baby voice in a emo video every now and then, you know what I mean? Everyone was a little bit fucking crazy, so it's very understandable that this would slip under the radar. Nowadays, every little thing is overanalyzed by every person and their
I was talking to Johnny when I talked to him.
Cringe.
Bad daddy!
However, as always on the internet, and as I, to be fair, kind of speculated and called, this was taken out of context. Here's the full clip.
Bad daddy!
And luckily we have a video of the two explaining why.
Oh my gosh, okay, Grace just reminded me of something that I nearly forgot, and I cannot believe, because this is the first stream of January, which means, does anybody have, including Replay Nuggets, is anybody's birthday in January? Because I'm about to show you your chicken daddy. Looks like your horoscope chicken daddy. 15 years, Creeds, that's awesome. Something interesting to consider is there a difference between just speaking in a baby voice and using toddler-like sentences? I think it probably goes hand in hand. You think the first one is completely fine yet cringe, but the second one comes off as weird? I don't know. I think it's just like a spectrum of it more than anything. Oh, I'm sorry, French. Better to have loved and lost for sure, but that must be hard. I'm sorry. What am I doing? Chicken daddies. Chicken daddies. You're January 30, Creeds. This is your chicken daddy. January in all of its glory, and a very handsome boy here. This is a rooster. So, happy birthday to all of my January nuggets. Let's continue with the baby talk.
Why this happened.
You were talking to the dog when you called Johnny daddy, right? Bad daddy! I actually was talking to Johnny when I talked to him in regards to the pets. Like, he's like their daddy because they're babies. Mercy's a baby. She's like 3 months old and Pluto's 2 years old. So I'm
It was a funny clip.
Like, yeah.
You will, French. I like to subscribe to the idea that energy finds itself again in some way, even if it's not in the way that we perceive the world now. They're not lost. They're part of you.
Love your daddy, right? Like, I don't know. I feel like everyone does that.
I don't think it's that deep.
It's not that deep. I just did want to clear the air because
that clip popped off. And I said no one was going to record it. You fuckers did.
See, that is funny. I didn't know about these two people beforehand, so I don't know if they're regarded as like funny people or talented people. I heard a couple of Johnny's songs and they were fine. I've seen a bit of Stranger Things and Grace's acting was fine as well. But I wasn't too deep or too aware of what these two people did on the internet, so I didn't know.
I'm so sorry, Eliza. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I know what that feels like, but I can tell you that it's a day I dread. But my sympathy's with you.
What their reputations were, or what content they put across. But from what I'm seeing, I don't know, man. Part of me is kind of warming up to them, I won't lie to you. And I only say that because based on what everyone was saying, my opinion of them was a lot lower than I guess it probably should have been if I was giving them the benefit of the doubt. But now after seeing a lot of these clips, I am starting to give them the benefit of the doubt because that's funny, man. She was calling him daddy in terms of like, you know, she's the dog's dad. That's normal. Everyone fucking does that. But it sounded very strange in that context. Genuinely, I'm not being caught.
Now, daddy is not a term that I would use in my vocabulary, like, even though we have feather babies, obviously, it's not a thing, I would say. But that term has been commonplace for quite some time. Like, I feel like Marilyn Monroe is the icon that made daddy a thing in relationships. So is it that weird? Whether you would do it or not, is it that outlandish?
Boy here, I'm not being cute, I'm not sucking anyone's dick, I'm not glazing anyone here. That's pretty funny. And not only is it pretty funny, but it definitely does not justify the absolute wave of hatred that these two people are getting. Like, yeah, they're a little bit cringy, but let's leave it at that. Let's not call them, like, potential pred. My PC is just not working right now, so just
Last
I don't know
one,
why
I
I'm
gotta
doing
wrap
this
up soon.
disclaimer. It's probably not important at all. None of you probably even fucking care, but here we go. Here's Johnny addressing the comments about Grace.
Other mama. I love that.
I did it with Grace, and I'm just gonna say I didn't see any negative comments because I was just focused on us. Someone said echo. Is it echoing? No, I was just focused on us and what we were doing and stuff. But I just want to say you guys need to be respectful towards her. It's actually so fucking annoying.
I mean, I personally don't believe that. I think you absolutely were seeing the comments on the live stream because any good live streamer looks at their comments and judging from your size, you know how to fucking live stream. You know how to read comments. But I do understand why you would say this because people criticizing you and your girlfriend and how you act with each other, especially how she's acting in particular, because you have no control over that. You don't want to bring attention to that at all. So I get it. I understand why he's lying about that, but personally, I think it's a lie. I don't think that that's a bad thing or anything that he's lying about it. I just think that it is a lie.
Someone said echo. Is it echoing? No. I was just focused on us and what we were doing and stuff. But I just want to say you guys need to be respectful towards her. It's actually so fucking annoying. I've said it a few times on like TikTok and shit, but nonetheless, it's really pathetic. And a lot of people like to point out that she did like a baby voice for probably 10 seconds in the fucking stream. Touch grass, like whatever. It's not a big deal.
In terms of being respectful towards her, yeah, I agree. There are definitely a large group of people. We read one comment in this video.
I would take the same approach if anybody was being disrespectful to my husband. He and I have a lot of respect between each other, and we always edify each other, and we always have each other's back, and I would be just as blunt about that, in all honesty. And I can see how being, you know, in a relationship with someone that you love and somebody that you might be, for the first time, thinking you're going to spend the rest of your life with, that you want your audience to either be respectful or just don't talk about it.
In fact, of people who are just being fucking arseholes about it. People who are like, oh, she looks like shit. I always hated her. She's a fucking arsehole. Making these huge assumptions about her and Johnny, to be fair, as if they know them when they don't fucking know them. And that shit is genuinely out of line. I understand how, as someone's boyfriend, you would be fucking pissed off at people talking about your girlfriend like that. Like, I get it. But that's not what the whole discussion is about. Normal, like-minded people just think that it's a bit fucking weird, a bit fucking cringe. Although, to be fair to Johnny, I'd imagine that he's just sort of zoning all those out and just seeing the really negative, horrible shit being said, so I completely understand why he's saying this on stream.
It makes her happy to do that every now and then so be it. Or if it just, you know, we were both kind of anxious, like we just randomly decided to go live together. It's not something that we were like thinking about until we did it, and doing that is, you know, a little nerve-wracking. So if she wanted to do a little voice for a second, like, who cares? I also, like, some people like to like come at us for the way that we're expressing our feelings towards each other. I think it's just block me. Just fucking block me. It's so easy. You know, it really, I don't have to be in your life. So if you're gonna be disrespectful though, and towards her or anybody that I consider a friend, I'm gonna block you because I actually know how to use that button, and I'm gonna move on. So
yeah, I back it. Just block them if you really can't bear seeing.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I don't know. Some people really can't observe, though, somebody else living their life in an alternative way to how they would and accept that that's going to be okay. Some people genuinely struggle with that kind of notion, and I can kind of see that. But I am going to have to wrap this stream up as much as I'd love to sit here with you all. Good night, King. Oh, we're all saying good night at the same time anyway. You think you're not the target for this kind of discourse because you just find it all ridiculous. Just don't put her online. Yeah, well, that's it. But I do tend to agree, because if I don't want things in my life discussed, because you know I share a lot with all of you, if I don't want it discussed, if I don't want it on the table for discussion, you don't know about it, and it's quite that simple. But it was a decision on his behalf to put her online, and to put her online in the way that he did, that I think is going to be quite interesting to unpack, shall we say. But yes, it is getting late in the day for me, my nuggets, and probably very late in the evening for a lot of you. But thank you all so much for coming in and chatting with me. It's been a really fun session, and I will be back again next week, because I'm back on normal schedule now. I just took my little break and everything is back in full swing. But thank you all so much. I appreciate you. I hope you have a great evening, afternoon, morning, whatever it may be. And thank you all so much. Bye.